Welcome back, everybody, to the Dorkvision stream. You can watch this stream every Sunday night from 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time. You can watch our sister stream, The Rime of the Frost Maiden, on Wednesdays from 7 to 10. Find my books on DriveThruRPG and other books on the DM's Guild, and you can support me on Patreon/NobleCrumpet. That goodness out of the way, let's get into the game. So, you guys, last time, had begun your downtime activities. You have about 4 weeks until the exchange is taking place with Atorus's little crime bible, so that is when you have planned your next action. In the meantime, you are biding your time and gathering your resources to prepare for that action.
And we were at least through the first week.
Yes, you made it through your first week last time. It was interrupted by combat, which you guys had foretold, I suppose, with
Foresawn.
You foresaw, you two-saw, you foresaw a divination that a shadowy figure was going after Boomcrash, so you shored up your defenses, and lo and behold, you fought a Nightwalker and several shadow demons, but you were able to repel it thanks to your gratuitous advance time and your ability to make the sun appear in the palm of your hand. Boomcrash, however, was a little less able to fight this creature as it just absorbed all of her eldritch force. You guys, Amon was building a scroll of restoration, just hammering away at that scroll on the anvil, as you do make scrolls that way. Boom Crash.
printing press. Hey, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's a printing press. You guys have one of those. You invented it. You invented it in this world. That's so crazy.
Well, we technically still have to retrieve it because Piggy kind of got detained.
Piggy did get detained. Boom Crash is hammering away themselves on a wand, I believe?
Yes, a wand of counterspell.
A wand of counterspell, that's right. That's the that you decided to bestow upon your DM in the future. Mao did so.
I'm not sorry.
Oh no, I love it, and I love that you guys are all level 19, 20, whatever.
I'm approaching 20.
When the DM has a bad guy who heals once and the party's like, how dare you!
How dare you chug a supreme healing potion!
Revivify.
Meanwhile, we're all counterspelling everything the bad guy does, and he's like,
we thwarted your plans. Wait, you thwarted my plans? How dare you?
Pretty much.
We're facing a wizard. He's gonna have fucking lair actions and wards, isn't he?
Exactly. This is just leveling the playing field.
Yeah.
Our spells aren't gonna do shit, are they?
Yeah, again, you guys do what you want with your downtime. I will fully support it up to the point of giving Zamasu any more AC. Mao is, of course, doing crime and training on my own. You were training at the keep. Zumasu also, what were you doing last time? I believe you went to town to mostly do shopping. Yeah, you
I bought two
items.
really expensive. I bought two massively expensive, powerful scrolls. Which now that we realize I'm a warlock, could I technically cast these without issue? Or I have to cast them with issue because they're past my level.
Yes, that was the main issue. You're still a warlock, so you are able to cast those spells. Oh, well, yeah, I suppose they're still on your spell list, kind of.
Kind of. I think the druid one technically isn't. It's like an in-between divine spell.
Yeah, I mean it's still a divine spell in my book, so that's still a divine spell, even though it's far and away from the paladin spell list.
I think the issue is more so they're higher level than I can cast them.
Yep. Okay, so with that out of the way, you guys last time had ended getting some intel that Aetoris had an announcement to make this week. He has announced a method to end the war, which should raise some eyebrows.
I hope it's Metal Gear.
I hope it's Metal Gear. I also made this handy downtime chart to try to speed up downtime. So, let's get into the second week of your downtime. This is the thing I'm talking about. So, do we want to start off with spellcasting and communing and scrying and such? I think you might have already done this, actually.
Yes, we already kind of ended the session on that.
Yeah, you did end the session.
We had at least 1 week's worth because the thingy attacked us, so this is like technically the second week.
Yes.
And generally, the question I've been asking is like, is something gonna attack us? Like that's just kind of the yes or no question. I mean, they ask one question, it's like, what's the threat that's coming to me?
Yeah.
So until we get that pinged in, we probably don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. It's the are we safe for today? Yes? Cool.
Yeah. So, do you guys want to scry on anybody this week?
I mean, I have also I could borrow the scrying orb from Zamasu.
Yep. I mean, you have the whole week, so really, I'd just assume you'll probably find time to do so.
The problem is that they have the people that we want to scry on.
Because,
yeah.
I guess checking in on Tragedy again, just to see if he's still unscryable, because that was a new one added to the list.
That was a new one added to the list. You scry on Tragedy, he is still unreachable.
Cool. Great. Love that.
Even in fantasy, Comcast is screwing us over with basic cable. We're like,
can we scry on the king to see if he's alive?
The king of Connacht?
Yeah.
Attempts had been made, but you can try yourselves.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, given how
we know what he looks like.
Yeah, you know exactly what he looks like.
like.
You try to scry on him, but it is inconclusive. Nothing turns to you. Much like what the Connachtans had done when they tried to scry on their king.
No, I think that's all I got.
International security and all.
Yeah.
You know where Juliana is.
Yep.
You know that Peggy is in prison somewhere. Not quite where, but you know that they're
We
in
know
prison
it's
somewhere.
somewhere within. But they were last, or she was last seen at the candle.
Yes, in the
So-
in the sewers somewhere
Yeah.
in Elore.
Because Priyan had given us that
Oh,
intel.
do we figure anything out about the ciphers? Because the ciphers changed, right?
The ciphers
Oh,
did
right, yes.
change. You would actually need to either do something about that yourselves or get your domain to do something about that.
I say we get the domain working on some code cracking. Mostly
Yeah, sure.
mostly because I don't want to do it ourselves because that takes time. It's like you guys figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, you can get a unit on that. Okay, so we're done with scrying?
I think so, yeah.
Alright. Now, we didn't really do check-ins last time, because a Taurus is supposed to check in and prove that Juliana's alive every single week. So we will presume he did that last week, but there was nothing really to tell. He does that again this week. Juliana messages Boom Crash with sending, and they do sound alive and well.
Okay.
Is there anything you would like to ask them?
Ask
Or
them
talk to
something
them?
that the doppelganger would know, because we also know that there's a doppelganger.
What do you? Clarification?
I don't know. Something that only you and Juliana would know, and not a doppelganger.
Oh God.
'Cause what if it's not Juliana this entire time, and it was a Taurus's little side?
Mention
Oh, the
something
side
about
piece, the really gross side piece.
Yes. Who's really good at acting?
Just mention something about the Underdark.
Hmm.
Details from there.
Yeah, I suppose I could ask that. It's like,
All I'm saying is polygamy is not strictly illegal in this setting. Just saying.
it's not, and
It's
Boom
not the
Crash is
problem.
also open to it, but that's also not the problem. I want to make sure I'm not getting duped.
Yes.
Yeah, with Zumasu and Amon's help, you could theoretically get married to the whole party.
That is true.
I would not
Thank
approve
you.
it. I would not approve of it.
You
I
get
don't know.
AC for a day.
I have to ask Daddy.
Oh God.
Need approval.
Yeah, you have to go to Mao's dad.
Okay, I just completely sideswiped my brain. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Okay, we were supposed to ask
Oh,
whether the
okay,
doppelgangers or not. So figure something out, I guess.
Something that you and
Okay.
Juliana knew.
I'm just gonna ask her about the play that we saw, and what the
Nice.
name of it was.
It's a deep cut for me, too.
I don't remember.
Okay,
either.
good.
But you can roll.
It'll be,
That's all that
fu-
matters.
It'll be funny if both of you don't remember. You're like, yeah, it was kind of a bad play, wasn't it?
Honestly, we
I was
weren't
mostly-
as much worried about the play as we were about each other that night when we got attacked.
Ooh, okay.
Just ask,
Fair.
is she deflecting?
That's actually abundantly fair. It's one of the reasons why I was asking for the name. I'm glad to hear your voice, and I hope that we can see each other again soon.
Hopefully we will. How are things going with the cult investigation? I'm supposed to ask for a Taurus, and he's given me another scroll for this reason.
Guys, how are we doing? Aside.
I mean,
you found some imposters and removed them.
yeah, we
Technically.
found key agents, and and we eliminated the key agent of the thing, and we know that where other people are being influenced. So it's
Mhm.
like, yeah,
Do you want to keep the fact that Canuck knows about it under wraps, or do you want to tell them that Canuck's onto it too?
I believe a
Ah.
Taurus only knows that you guys
the
dispatched
king.
the king.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, if you wanted to share an extra bit, it's basically that Canuck is onto the cult. Otherwise, you could keep that under your wing.
I don't think
I mean,
we
it's
need
up
no
to
more.
Boom Crash, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
my personal opinion is that we keep it under wraps just because because we don't know what the plan is to, like, quote unquote end the war.
That's fair.
Like, we might need to respond on top of that. You're like,
That is
Yeah,
being
I-
announced this week in Elore
Right.
on the Senate floor.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't found anything new this week. I'm mostly just wondering what the plan is to end the war so I can continue being able to respond and be useful and get you free.
Okay. Aetoris just wants more action now that you've had some time to recuperate. Is all. That's what he's saying. And then, the mic is sort of taken, from Juliana. That's enough. Boom Crash, I know that you and your have,
You're cutting out.
I know that you and your group have done a lot of good work in attacking the cult. But I'm going to need more. The cult is still at large.
Okay, well, hold on. Aside, I thought he knew already about the doppelgangers because he killed one and is trying to put his own man in their
He
place.
does know about that.
So he does know about that.
Does know
Yeah.
about that.
Does he know about the southernmost, keep that we were going to go and investigate? Because that's, you can just tell him that's our next move. That was the one
Oh.
with the, the...
Mount Morden Salmon.
Thank you, yeah. The one with, some sort of,
Mountain,
Titanius or whatever person taking over that area as, a cult hub.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was the one that we were supposed to sort of be heading toward. Oh, we ended up in Connaught instead.
Yes,
Yep.
yeah.
I'd say
Okay.
give him that so he has something to go off of and just be
Yeah, I thought, didn't we send a scouting party ahead to Mount
We
Morton Salmon?
did.
You did.
That's why we
And they all died.
They all
Yes. So you can tell him that, and then say
Okay.
that we have to go do it now.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'll share with him then.
Okay.
We have a lead on another stronghold in the Kragan Heights, but we sent a scouting party ahead and they have all perished, so we have to handle it ourselves. We're making time to go out soon.
Very well. Thank you for your input. I will make note of this. Rest assured, Juliana will be safe. The sending ring goes quiet after this.
Boom Crash inhales and then screams "fuck" at the top of her lungs.
Are we there with you or are you doing this in private?
I want it to be one of those screams where it's like no matter where we are in Galestone, we all hear the echo of fuck.
So I'll say I come in check on Boom Crash. You had your check-in with the guy?
With the big man.
She sort of has this smile plastered on her face. Yes, and he wants us to go out again to Mount Morton Summon in order to make more progress with hunting down the cult.
I was thinking about something I was realizing. He uses memory magic, right?
He has before.
He has, yes.
Yeah.
So part of the whole issue is Juliana's still a cat. Well, I first make sure that you put the stone away. We're out of there. Yada yada. So we're doing this downstairs, away from the stupid mic. Do you?
It's
know
not a hot mic. You need to actually,
It's
Sure.
just a sending scroll,
Yeah.
so we don't
Okay.
actually. This is not an open line right now
Okay.
that we know of. We can do non-detection to
Anyway,
protect.
my whole question is: do you know how to fix memory issues? Because how we fix it before?
I
They can just do
got
the greater
psychic
restoration.
damaged by an eldritch being in the Underdark, and I got really lucky that it knocked it loose.
Because there should be a way to reverse it, right? Because their biggest fear is that Juliana, if we try to save her, just goes crazy and attacks us because he did something to her head. So how do we fix that in case he's already had that pre-prepped?
I'll allow you guys to do an Arcana check, the Arcanists in the group.
Okay.
I mean, that was like a level 9 spell.
We still want to probably figure out how to deal with it.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that at all. So yeah, Arcana check.
Or figure out what resources we need to get to deal with it. I'm just like, oh, hey, it's a thing.
Okay, that was him also. I was like, there's no way.
I got a +1, man. I don't do Arcana. I'm just like, magic exists.
Magic as a concept exists. can it do what we want? Well, we know magic exists, and we know what we want.
Restoration sounds like it'd probably be good, but it probably might not. I don't know.
Yeah, Boom Crash, it was a very powerful spell. You're not entirely sure how you'd be able to solve it this time. It was mostly just extremely lucky. You would otherwise need to learn more about a 9th level version of this spell. It would have been a DC 19.
Okay, that makes complete sense. I guess I can also send a question to the head of the Arcane College and be like, hey, by the way, if I were to ever encounter this in the wild, how would I deal with it?
What fixes it? Does divine magic fix it? Does dispelling magic fix it? That sort of thing.
Yeah. Sure, you can do
All
that. You can also have your organization do it. You can also do the research downtime activity.
Yeah.
But I think emailing the professor could also...
I think emailing is the most efficient way to deal with it right now.
Okay. Make a persuasion check. Okay.
He's your friend.
Yeah, the professor is amenable to your cause, and does worry that if you've encountered memory magic before, that you should know how to counter it. They do some research this week, and they do discover that I believe a remove curse can get rid of it.
Oh shit, I got that.
Gorgeous. Okay, that's very accessible.
You actually just didn't do it on Boom Crash because you didn't know that they were cursed.
Mm-hmm.
I was acting totally normal.
Yeah,
Although
I just
it would need like a similar dispel check, like caster level check, just to make sure that you can get rid of the 9th level spell.
So I'd have to upcast it and hope for the best a few times.
You can,
pretty much.
Yeah, you can upcast it and hope for the best. For you, it would be a religion check.
Yeah, it'd be a little rough. But at least we know that once we do get her, I just have to sweep her, and hopefully I can beat the DC.
Yep.
We're speaking in magic terms, so hopefully my power's focused enough, you know.
Okay, fingers crossed, and we'll see what we can do. I assume that we're going to sort of put Juliana and Giblet through all kinds of detox in order to make sure she's not being like she's not radioactive.
To get rid of all the toxic relationship from.
Might also include like an actual spa day away from chaos.
I mean, that'd be nice.
Probably,
we could build a spa here.
You could technically build a spa. There is a spa enhancement to the stronghold. No, I'm just kidding.
Are you okay? I was gonna be like, are you serious?
This is
Holy
essentially
shit.
partially a tourist spot. I want to make it a partial tourist spot. Could we build a spa here?
God, eventually, but I would wait until everything blows over. There's a war
on.
on.
While we're not being sieged by a fucking cult of orcas.
We're
Don't you know
already
people
a
want to
winery.
relax?
We don't want to be too many things and dilute our brand.
That's also true, but you
They
also
can
want to
also
diversify.
bathe in wine.
Gross.
I hate this so much. Okay, let's
Yeah.
continue.
Yep. Next.
Fair enough.
All right, Maria checks in with you as well, Zumasu, since you had checked with them before. They say, and they're from... People, stop playing with my tokens.
I'm having fun.
I'm
Didn't
having
need to do
fun
it.
in my own way. So she is
Didn't
at
need to do that.
Kired al-Rajah. They had already... The Eloran army had already retaken the Dunbrazek ruins from your last missive with her. Now she's saying that we're being ordered to demilitarize al-Rajah. All the Nudonian soldiers are being imprisoned while the locals are being put into labor. It's starting to get distressing. The Eloran soldiers have been clashing with the laborers, prisoners, and even each other over this. They're starting to question why we're here, in spite of hearing the news about Commander Arn. I know you said he was compromised, but that still must feel strange for you, since he was your mentor for most of your life. Anyway, I hope that you're safe, and I hope that this news helps.
I'll ask the party first. Should I let her know a little bit about what we saw happen in Connacht or no?
No.
Don't
Unless
worry,
she knows
girl.
is
He
better.
might be fake.
Mm. Less she knows, the safer she is. How about
Yeah,
that?
but also
That
letting
is
you know
also
about
true.
the Connacht stuff might actually make her a little more safe, knowing that they'll probably be clashing soon.
It's hard to avoid, like, not notice a war going on. It's like when it happens, it'll happen.
Or you could also ask her about what she thinks about Aetoris's announcement that he has figured out a way to end the war.
We haven't technically heard it yet.
Yeah.
But they probably also got an announcement, is what Boomcrash is saying.
He made an announcement. We don't know what it is, but you can just ask her what she thinks about it. And see if she's heard anything, or if there's been any particular troop movements that could be hinting or suggesting something.
I guess I'll ask her that. I'll let her know kind of my feelings on R, which are a little bit mixed because I don't know when he was replaced for 1. Towards the end, I could tell something was a little bit off, and we were clashing a bit towards the end, hence why I kind of bolted. I wish her well, wish her good luck. I will let her know to some extent that Canuck forces are, from what I've heard, moving in, and you guys should be prepared for some sort of confrontation, obviously. Hopefully it won't be any time too soon, or maybe something will happen before then. And just that's mostly it. To take care and hope for the best, and what her opinion on it, what she's heard about the Arn's Aetoris's announcement.
Okay. A few days later, she does respond, and she says that they haven't heard any such announcement. That's news to them, and that she'll keep her eyes open for any signs of either that announcement or the Connaughton military. She'll try and up patrols around Kiret al-Rajah. And, of course, she wishes you well as well. Alright. I think that's Maria. Alright. So,
Oh, any word from Thrasier?
From Thrasier. That's right, I didn't put him downtime process.
We did send a message to him, but he said he'd meet us, and you don't know how long that's going to take.
It is true.
I didn't realize he even responded. I was under the impression that we just got a message.
Yeah, you got like a message saying that he would drop by when he could. I'll say that he does not respond this week.
Okay.
Busy
At least
man.
not at the beginning of this week.
That's fair.
So, you guys, now it's time to do bigger stuff. What do you want your stronghold and your domain to do this week? Your domain being your organization, your stronghold being the physical stronghold. Operations checks are kind of put in the stronghold bucket. The other abilities for your domain are put into the other domain action bucket. So an operations one, like a stronghold one, might be mustering more units, or building more fortifications, or something like that, or sending military out to do things.
I think we just need to repair the damn keep, so it'd be refortifying things is my probably priority, since we've been attacked already twice. Making sure that we aren't being able to be squashed by some random attack again.
Yeah, that siege freaking hurt.
Not to mention we got attacked by a freaking Nightwalker and a bunch of Shadow Demons. If anything, I'd say build a few more guard towers and stuff.
Okay, you can try to build a guard tower, but there is a chance that it won't be built until like a few weeks from now.
Actually, do we have a moat?
You don't.
Do we need
That would
it?
be very difficult to build, especially in a short amount of time.
I don't know if a moat's... I just want a guard tower, something else to help out. Because when we leave our babies, I don't want them high and dry.
We could just do a trench.
I mean, that's what a moat essentially is.
But not one all the way around. You just trench up the
No,
front. or some
it's
areas.
a moat is a little bit more engineering because you have to actually fill it and keep it filled with water and drainage and everything. A trench is just it's hiding. It's a little bit of more of interference, so it would be a little bit easier.
So for a stone fence, you have one of those, I think. That's a DC 11 operations check. For a tower, it's a DC 13. If you fail the check by a small amount, it takes at least 3 weeks to build. If you really fail it, then it can't be built at all.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah,
It'd be
I
nice
like
to
the
see.
idea.
Okay.
So I roll a d20 and it's what do we got, +2?
It's for your operations, it's +3.
Nice. I can get... be fine.
I can beat
Oh,
a
please
DC
don't
13.
jinx it.
It's a 50% chance. Okay, well, that's a 7.
Inspiration.
Not on these ones.
Yeah, you don't do inspiration for your
Shoot.
domains.
The Nightwalker. We found a sinkhole in the middle of our tower. God damn it.
So, let's see. That is a failure by at least 5, so it cannot be built, and the action is wasted.
We found a damn sinkhole where we wanted to build our tower, and the whole thing was wasted. God damn it.
Your whole stronghold is kind of built up in they're kind of spent by like making repairs from the Nightwalker, and let alone burying all of the bodies that had been slain as it walked through the farmlands. Yeah, the tower is gonna have to be done another time.
That's fair.
Right. What would you like your domain to do? This includes diplomacy things, lore things, espionage things.
I kind of think you guys want to do lore espionage, don't you?
I mean, learning more about the cult would be nice.
There's the butterfly folks, the cult, some other random group that we don't know about.
You mean Dragonfly?
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was funny.
I'm gonna just
Boom
call him
crashes the
Butterfly
butterfly
to make him-
folk.
Okay, I won't call him
Yes.
Butterfly. So
Well-
which one do you want to focus on?
I
I'm
mean,
almost leaning towards espionage because we know practically nothing about the enemies that we're going up against.
yes.
You
Okay, so
can,
which-
like, without actually harming the enemy's like defense scores, you can do espionage on the enemy. I kind of that's kind of the nitty gritty of that. You can learn their defense scores and defense levels. You can learn their skill bonuses. You can learn what units they have, and other non-magical information about another domain. For diplomacy, you can get units from them, shift their domain attitude. For lore, it's like uncovering magical secrets and stuff like that. You can also learn magical capabilities of other domains. It's kind of like magic espionage.
I guess then capabilities maybe I'd say either the cult or even a Taurus if we're kind of leaning more on him right now.
If we learn about the cult, we can report back to him and tell him we learned things without
Sure.
actually
Yeah.
doing anything. So maybe
Agreed.
cult.
And
Let's learn-
also, even though a Taurus is sort of like certainly an objective, the cult is a little bit more of an immediate problem, and they're the ones who've been attacking us directly
We
so
know
far.
nothing about them.
Exactly, we
Yeah.
know shit.
So maybe learn their units.
Technically, you've been attacked by the Jaguar.
True.
Yeah.
Who's different and a little shit on her own.
They are slightly distinct, yes. You
They've
don't
worked
know what their
together?
relationship is. You just
Well,
know
we
that they have
know-
hordlings and they have worked with
Yeah.
Orcus.
We know that Orcus is a demon, not a devil, so not a part of the devil cult. That is all.
Well,
It's
not
so confusing.
necessarily, because the devil cult has people betray each other and do shit like that all the time.
Either way,
Well,
Orcus
You're
is different.
complicating it, and my brain is really tiny. Help me out here.
Orcus is different than Mephistopheles.
Yes, that is true.
So, we will look into Mephistopheles.
Okay. So that's
Okay.
gonna be. Are you looking into them, like what their magical capabilities are, or just like what their units are, or like what their levels are?
Fuck, I mean,
I say units.
yeah, whatever's not going to cause any sort of like army war trigger.
I figure
Yeah, nothing
units
will. The only thing that actually starts intrigue is if you like attack their comms level, their resolve level, or their resource level.
I mean, units are magic. Either way, those would be good. Magic can be very helpful because we can figure out what the units might have. Units
Yeah.
themselves might give us a little bit of information, but not as much.
I kind of just want to know what kind of cultists they are and what kind of peeps they have.
Devils.
Yeah, but what kind? Specifics. That's why.
Sure. Alright, what kind of devils they got? That's our check.
Okay. So you want to learn their units.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Then that's going to be a espionage check from
Now
your
you do
domain.
it.
That is +3. Okay, 19.
Good
Not
job.
too shabby. Okay. I will tell you what units they have. After you get some further confirmation that that in deep in Kragan Heights, where Mount Mordensamen is, where your scouting party had been destroyed. You send another more sneaky scouting party, equipped with some magical protections, including some non-detection scrolls that you were able to procure. As you get closer to the mountain, they are able to start counting some units. It seems that they are amassing a bit of an army. Their numbers, the cultists number in the about 200 or so. They have 4 minor level 1 cult cell units, but they also have 3 tier 1 Maragon units. You eventually figure out that their foot soldiers are mostly composed of Maragons. And I'll do a religion check for you to figure out just how much you know about Maragons, other than the fact that they are devils wearing golden masks. And that can be done from anybody that has religion.
Okay, let me try, and Amon sometimes knows stuff.
Yeah. Well, I never know anything, but I'll try it anyway.
I wish I had advantage, damn it.
Okay.
It's on you, Amon. Yeah, you know. It's good.
Alright,
Seen many things.
Oh, demons for some reason, and not devils.
So, these devils... Did I say demons?
No,
No.
I was just saying something. You said devils.
So, their devils are... They're basically the standard... they're the standard warriors of, the entire Blood War for the devils. They're kind of mindless, almost. They can think for themselves, but they act as a unit, and they protect each other, and they protect their superiors. They are kind of lost souls that have a mask covering their faces, built from, the coins of souls that have been lost. It empowers
Spell
them.
their name?
Merregon.
Maragons.
They're basically
Merregons.
infantry units that work as a unit, of course.
Yep. You know that they're devils. They have fire immunity, poison immunity, resistances to a lot of stuff, magic resistance. But largely they're able warriors that are able to protect each other very efficiently.
Can they be hurt by magic damage, by non-magical damage?
They're resistant to it.
Okay. Still makes more sense for the peeps to have special weapons.
Their units as well are resistant to it and immune to fire effects. They also have the harrowing feature, as does most of their army, which makes it so that humanoids tend to need to do a morale test, or else they fail their attack. Once you succeed at a harrowing test, you succeed forever. They have 2 tier 2 Maragons as well, Maragon phalanxes. They seem to be heavily armored. There are ballistae. There are magical ballistas equipped in their base of operations, which you now have a more clear vision of. It's a large tower that has been built up from where the Dwarven fortress once was. It looks to be similar to the cult towers that you guys have encountered in architectural style. It is painted a crimson red with blue pillars, interrupted but going up their whole shaft. Near the top of the tower, it spreads out into 2 smaller towers adjacent to it, like sub-towers, almost making a pitchfork effect, clinging to the side of this mountain. Out in front, there's also a fortress that seems to block off the main way that you would go and approach the mountain on land. Your units were only able to find this information from afar.
I'm starting to construct a very stupid idea that I might run by you guys in just a little bit.
Okay.
Fly in.
I will
Please fly in.
also say that they have a They have 3 tier 3 units, including flying creatures, a swarm of spined devils. They also have a large hellfire engine that they have constructed, and
What the fuck?
yeah, it's a siege engine that shoots fire.
Just, they've been amassing all this shit?
They also have 2 tier 4 units they're known as the Rhymefire Legion. They have armor that is like split down the middle, so it's red on one side, blue on another. They seem to be knights that can wield fire and ice effectively.
Man, they got an entire Warhammer army.
They
going
also
on here.
have a
They
tier
do.
5 unit,
Jesus Christ. Okay, we can't handle this as our organization right now.
which is a straight up pit fiend.
That's a boss.
Great.
Yep. One of their
Oh.
units is literally a pit fiend. Anyway,
We-
that's what you discover.
We
Okay,
need more frat boys.
Well,
We
okay.
need so many more frat boys.
Here's my crazy idea that might actually work in our favor. We basically reveal this to Elore, but make sure it's kind of on a hush hush using rumors and see if we can get into any senators' heads. We then basically tell them we show proof of this amassing without them knowing, which is the difficult part. And then we try to get Eloran forces to be called back so the war de-escalates because there's a bigger threat down below. And we
Are you
have
doing
Elore
an
help you with it.
Ozymandias?
Kind of. Also, because if they attack us, our keep is kind of fucked. So we might, if we just basically tell Elore, hey, look, you didn't notice this bullshit behind your back. You probably want to deal with this instead. It might, change the tempo of things.
We can unite all of the kingdoms to fight the cult.
Exactly.
An enemy of my enemy is my friend.
At minimum, we can at least switch the war's favor in Elore, because why would they want to be helping New Dawn when there's a danger on their doorstep?
So we want to bring them to Elore and then have everyone scramble to fight in. Like, okay, cool.
Basically, Connacht would be happy because the Eloran forces would disengage. New Dawn would be happy because the Eloran forces wouldn't be occupying, and Elore would be happy because their forces would be protecting them. But this would take a little espionage
Yeah.
and rumor spreading.
Yes, it would. Yeah.
But
But I'm
also-
down for it.
We have a focus to do this also because our keep is not going to survive if they decide to turn on our keep. So we got to keep this under hush hush before they know to attack us.
Here, I'll take you for a more visual image. Of
This is an army.
Yeah, this is the army that you guys were able to
Oh,
witness.
pit fiend.
Yeah, I do prep in the background.
I can't even see it right now. Oh, that's an army. That is an army.
Sure is. It's a lot worse than you had expected.
Hey, I could take it. I can take it on.
No,
Yeah, I
see, you
think
don't
what-
understand. They're all painted minis.
Each of those is 20 painted minis, except for the Pit Fiend, which is as big as 20 painted minis.
And there's a Hellfire engine.
This is why
The pit fiend probably rides it.
this is why it needed to be done in a digital tabletop because the minis would not fit on a regular table.
Now I'm kind of glad we chose the Devil Code and Televatoris to investigate because this changes things a bit.
Okay. I'm really hoping that the Ator is made of Metal Gear because we don't need it.
Now I'm actually kind of rooting for the guy.
I'm gonna probably can we commend the spies that went and did this because we were just like shit.
Just give them money. Enough
Yeah.
to retire.
Yeah, I think I'm changing what I was gonna do. I'm still gonna buy a bunch of shit, but I'm probably gonna change the other shit I'm doing.
I think the rumor mongering idea is probably good. The question is how are we gonna actually spread it because it needs some clout. But
You do have the ability to spread rumors.
And we can do it
As far as
our characters,
justifying
too.
it, I'll leave that up to you guys. Like, it is an action you can take, and it is supported by your stronghold. Like, you have bonuses to it.
I mean, if we had
Um,
access to that printing press, then it's kind of the same thing that we were doing before.
actually, I was to
gathering
ask is do we have a crackpot a newsprint organization like the Weekly World News before they went under?
You
We
had
did.
The
We
Ivory
did.
Herald was, or no, I think you changed, because that was the actual
I
newspaper.
think we changed the name to
We
something
changed
else.
it to something else because Richie Dallas made his own thing, but I think Peggy got pinned. I don't know if
It's our
Richie's still
punk
around.
zine. It's our
Yeah.
punk anarchy zine, bro.
Yeah,
I
it
need to find
was.
Richie Dallas and see if he's still around.
It was probably
He's
called
still
the
around.
Daily Dallas.
Okay.
He's in your organization. He's hiding out in Elore. though he is wanted, technically.
Okay.
We have a lot of wanted friends. It seems very nice, but it's not.
Mal, you are in enough with the vintners. I say, if anything, you start spreading. But the vintners are connected with the devils, so they might already know about this shit.
And a Taurus.
Yeah, also my connection with the vintners is because I pretended to be someone for a couple of months, or weeks, you know? That's why I have the apartment that's empty, and why we met Biff back at Connacht.
Oh my god, Biff.
I'm technically on a bad field with the Leaf Crown and only marginally okay with the church because I helped them. They helped kill undead, but
Zoo, I know you're like thinking about like the big players. You don't need to go that far in to start a rumor. You just go drink at a place, and you start filling people's heads with ideas, and then they start talking.
the key, I guess that's true, but the key thing is we need to convince basically the Senate and the people with the big players to be like, bring back the forces to deal with this.
So
I have a question. Since no one really knows who I am, should I just go in the middle of the street and start raving and like a lunatic?
No, you know what? I was thinking something similar to that. I don't think you should do it. I think that we should summon some sort of devil or demon inside of the middle of the city and cause a ruckus.
I cannot in good conscience do that now. That is a terrible
All right.
idea.
All right, Zoo, put your hands over your ears.
Earmuffs, Paladin.
And go over there.
I'm just standing here. It's like, if you have any sort of justification, maybe, but I'm just staying here before I do something ridiculous.
I point to him on. He can banish it immediately.
What if it failed? What if he fails?
It could just be a baby one.
That's not a good idea.
Everyone, look!
Oh my god.
An imp has been summoned in the city!
Alright, how about I just walk into the city and I start causing chaos, because then they'll all freak out.
You're doing that already.
Thank you.
I think we could just probably spread rumors. I mean, not for nothing, we could just pretend to be, we literally, half of us can disguise self and shit. We could pretend to be spreading rumors just that way, and that'd probably be fine.
We don't need to prove it just yet. You just need to start getting the paranoia going. And if something does happen, like an illusion, magic, of a demon or devil attacking us, I can act sometimes.
Not for nothing, we might also have to check it out ourselves to bring back proof.
Question.
It's actually...
I forget because the demon devil differentiation is completely mush in my brain. What did we uncover underneath the brothel? Was that demons or devils?
Underneath the brothel was devils. Those were succubi and such. And they had connections to the cult of Cania.
They had a weird statue.
What you discovered in the
Mephistopheles.
is it an insane asylum? Is it straight up that?
It was like a tomb or something. It was by the churches.
It was a mortuary, right?
Yeah.
Beneath that was just a portal to the abyss, and doom music was playing. And you guys killed cacodemons and stuff.
I think I'm starting to understand why.
So basically, we have a justification if we leak certain documents or say that there was. We can point this in a particular direction if we need to, because there already has been a traumatic event in recent historical memory to...
Heck, you can just say that caravans have been spotting cultists, like in the mountains.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. Or in the forest. I mean, it's not like we didn't just take down a thing right there. So we can just lie about who they are. It's fine.
Who they're really connected to, that's fine.
You could almost, like, create two rumors and then have them, like, confirm each other.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be helping you. I'm the DM. That was one of your retainers.
That's fair.
One of the sneaky ones.
I have a specific question, because the other issue we have a little bit when we get further along in the rumor tree is proof. We can't scry or anything on that location, or can we? Now that our spies
Well, we can burn that bridge when we get to it.
Scrying on that location did not reveal the tower. Now that you've actually revealed the tower, scrying on it reveals a false image.
Okay, so we would have to bring back proof once people are super
when
into
we
it.
get there. And if not, we can make something.
Yeah, let's burn that bridge when we get to it. And this is a good idea. Let's get started working on it, and we can get proof.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to get into focus actions and player actions. Each of you has one of these. Well, each of you has a focus action and a player action. Your focus action is what you're doing while you're hanging out at the stronghold. Your player action is like your normal downtime stuff. Another question I have is, are you guys just going to hear the announcement from Elore, like from your organization, or are you going to the public forum to witness it?
I wanted to go to public forum because I want to buy stuff there.
I don't.
That's fine. You don't all have to go. Or none of you have to go. I'm just
I
asking.
I
don't
have
wanna
invisibility
go.
and disguise self. I'm cool with just being out over there.
Sure.
I got a scroll to make. I ain't going anywhere. Grumble, grumble. Like,
I do have a question about that. If I go to Elore, I can't do the keep training, can I?
Oh, you can.
Oh, okay then.
remember, this is an
It's a-
entire week.
Yeah, it's a day trip for you.
Okay. Yeah, so then I'm going to listen on the forum, do my keep training, and probably buy magic items this week because that's what I originally was planning to do.
Okay, so your focus action is to do training at the keep. For which? You said it was
Uh,
heavy armor?
Heavy armor training because that's pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay. Yep, you now just you can orient your plate armor to be less vulnerable to ranged attacks, and now ranged attacks just have disadvantage against you,
Oh, I do have. I already put it in. Nice. Okay.
as long as you're
Okay.
wearing heavy armor. Your
Yes.
player action is going to be buying magic items again, so you're going to do the same like roll.
I could try doing the room. I was mostly just going to visit a bunch of the shops, to be honest, because I was looking through everybody that still isn't, missing, like Smolder or
That's fine too. I'll say that that doesn't really require a player action.
Okay, then I guess the player action I do would be, since I'm in Elore, I'll start the rumors about, like, did you hear? Caravans are disappearing. Go a few blocks, change into another costume, buy a drink. Hey, did you hear? I heard there are cultists doing shit.
Okay. Do you
By
want
the
to
end of the
spread
day,
one
he's
of the
gonna be
rumors and then
really drunk.
and then Mao might spread one of the other rumors because you can also spread rumors with a focus action.
Okay. I'll since I'm buying shit, I'll disguise myself as a merchant and I'll be specifically saying, like, I'm scared to send my stuff over there. My stuff got stolen. That's why I have to buy all this stuff.
Okay, your stuff got stolen by the cult on the road.
Yeah, don't be sending stuff over there unless you want weird things to happen.
Okay, you start spreading rumors in that way. Okay, so that's Zumasu out of the way. Well, kind of. We should do that check now. Meantime, Mao, what are you planning on doing this week while I find out?
Finesse
this.
training, and originally I was just gonna do like the villainous act at the bottom.
Oh, the villainous intel?
Yeah,
No, that's automatic.
that's. Oh, okay. So then, if not, then yeah, let's go and spread rumors. Since
Okay.
I also have disguise self, and I can technically cast magic now, but I'm still not good with it.
Okay. You guys start... Man, this page is impossible to find when I'm flipping through the pages, but when I'm scrolling through the PDF, I can find it, like, really easy.
Is a PDF just a image? Because like, can't you just do Control F on it?
I could, but I'm flipping through the physical book right now.
Ah, okay. Well, can't you Control
that.
F through the physical book?
Let me try. Oh no, that's moving Zamasu. Nope, it didn't work.
All
I
right.
was just trying to type random buttons, but I forgot I had someone selected.
Mhm.
Okay,
Shit.
sowing rumors. So this is normally a city, so this does take some time to do. This might take multiple weeks without your stronghold. Let's see.
Do we get a little bit of help since we have all this magical help we can do? And we could probably talk to Richie Dallas once we find him.
There's only so much that you can do to help. There's so many people in the city that this rumor needs to reach. You're only reaching like a few people each day to really convince them, and even making sure that they spread it to other people.
Fair enough.
So, I'm going to need you... Well, so I'm going to need to roll 66 dice, and that's how many days it'll take. Because it's a city. If it was a village, it would take 2d6 days. Okay, so it's going to take a while to do this.
No!
It's within our 4-week time, though.
It is, but this is longer than I want. I'm gonna try and find a way to accelerate this.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
I'll say
definitely-
since both of you are taking the same action, maybe I'll cut this in half.
Yay!
That'll be kind of like how multiple people can work on the same item. So
Yeah.
it'll be 12 days instead, so it'll be essentially 2 weeks. So I'm going to need 24 gold to be spent by somebody, because it's 1 gold piece per day.
I will do it.
And then
Did
at
we
the
spend more money to spread more rumors?
end, I'm going to have each of you make 1 charisma check to spread each of your rumors.
Okay.
This is
Where's one of-
this is a deception or persuasion. Presumably deception.
Okay. Because I did the thing, I think mine are about the same. Let me double check.
It would have to be deception, I should say, because you're deceiving people.
Okay.
It's
I'm
not
not really deceiving too much. People
Yes, you are.
shouldn't send their stuff over there.
You know, I guess I could say that that's a persuasion.
Ah, you failed your own opposed persuasion check, Chris. You got persuaded.
No, I just convinced them both are right. No, I have them both the same because I did that thing where I
Okay, good. Then do a deception.
Okay. Try not to lie to people.
Okay, the DC
I'm
is
good at it,
15
though.
either way, so that succeeds. The town of the city of Elore was not as aware of the cult of Cania, or the fact of the matter is they thought that it was just a random event that happened and was quashed by the glorious Leaf Crown Guard. Now, they kind of think that it's more of a danger than it was, and they're actually kind of surprised at this, because they thought that the only thing they had to worry about was the Connaughtans and those damned Nudonians that killed their commander Arn. Now, their attitude has gone from kind of neutral to unfriendly with them. So they weren't thinking about them before, but they weren't friendly, so now they're unfriendly to them. And they're starting to make a bit of a noise about it. It's become a concern at the end of the 2-week period.
Cool.
Righty. So you guys are doing training, you spread rumors. Boomcrash and Amon are crafting. Boomcrash, what would you like to focus on this week?
I'm watching Zuzu run around in heavy armor, and I'm looking at my new bedazzled like vest coat thing that's like leather and gilded gold. I'm like, maybe I should do something like that. So I'm gonna do light armor training.
Alright, you start training with light armor, using, of course, a training set of armor so that you don't damage the one that is for real combat.
Yeah, of course. I'm not gonna sweat on the nice one.
I would only do that if I was actually in combat, and even then I'd be really upset if they hit me. So
Exactly. That's why it's a light color, so we get to be very unhappy about it.
So, Boomcrash is going to do training for light armor. I forget what that one does. I'm trying to find.
Dexterity advantage.
Yes, you have advantage on dexterity checks while wearing light armor, which is fine. And you gain that benefit for as long as you don't do another type of training. So you can
It's just checks, right? So it's not saving throws.
It is checks, not saves.
So she can do acrobatics real good and sleight of hand real good.
Yep, while wearing light armor, which they will be most of the time.
Yep, because see my swanky new leather thing.
All right.
Actually, apparently birds do not sweat, so you're fine. Wear it away.
Excellent.
Well,
Awesome.
Kenku do sweat. They sweat a lot.
Damn it.
Just kidding. You can sweat however much you think is appropriate for your character.
I'm more worried about grass stains, to be honest.
Fair enough. Okay, Boomcrash did training. Amon, what are you focusing on besides your...
Well, I'm focusing on the I learned to hold my stick with 2 hands.
do versatile weapon training. You now have +1 AC while you're wielding your weapon in 2 hands. A versatile weapon in 2 hands.
I am Majima now, baseball style.
Okay. And with that, that will end all the actions for this week. But interspersed with that, we're going to go to a cutscene of sorts, I think.
I'm in there with a little mustache looking all distinguished. I look like a merchant from a foreign land.
So, technically, you approach the Eloran Senate, and the Eloran Senate is now, there are checkpoints at it. Yeah, it seems that they are checking for magical intrusions at all of the entrances. Furthermore, the guard has been seemingly tripled for this event. It seems like they're really nervous about something bad going on. And furthermore, there's a lot of angry people outside that are trying to get into the forum and trying to squeeze their way in.
I'm the only one here.
Yeah, I think your friends didn't want to join.
Yeah, I'm not going. Not for that. I'll probably be like perusing somewhere else since I was there to spread rumors with you. I don't care.
I'm gonna do something stupid now, but it's gonna work
Oh,
better.
great, now I care because I'm not there to watch you.
Oh god.
I'm
damn it.
gonna dress myself up like a bum. I'm gonna find a corner, dress myself up like a bum, find an alleyway, pass out to look like I'm just sleeping, and Elena's gonna go in for me and fly through invisible.
All right.
There's gonna be a fly on the wall, and I'll just do the seeing through her eyes.
I will say that there are anti-magic fields specifically at these checkpoints.
That's fair. I'm gonna try and sneak her in. She's gonna be what can she turn into? She can turn into a pigeon.
But anti-magic fields means that she would probably just be dispelled automatically.
Anti-magic shouldn't get rid of familiars because it's a permanency thing.
Okay.
It would destroy her invisibility, but it shouldn't like poof her out of existence.
Okay, good.
Don't think that's that technically is.
I
guess, up
believe
to you.
summoned creatures will be unsummoned if they enter an anti-magic field.
Okay.
Just go in much as you can. Like you got money to summon it again.
Yeah, but my whole point is to try and get her in. If there's anti-magic field, she'll poof before she.
Yeah,
can get in.
like it probably won't work. I'm saying just try it anyway. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
There's a ceiling on it, right? That's how the Raven got in last time.
Yes, the windows, are closed. It's been repaired since the Raven smashed through the window.
So Elena couldn't just fly through the top or anything.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, they're aware of things like familiars, and they've tried to take precautions against that.
That's smart enough. Yeah, otherwise buying a disguise kit is my only other option, but I wouldn't have had time to. I'm just gonna hang around and then ask people afterwards, I guess.
You're basically trying to fly a whatchamacallit,
A drone.
a drone
Yeah.
into an Air Force base, being like, but guys, it's magic.
You're also trying to fly it through an EMP field.
The EMP
Yeah.
field is actually the special part.
You
Because
could
Yeah,
also
no,
just go
it's
inside without needing
You're assuming
your
that something
familiar
is not
with
going to
you.
have security when it's obviously going to be heavily secured.
yeah, no, but the thing is, aren't I technically wanted? Wouldn't I know that?
Yeah, but you could also physically disguise yourself with your disguise kit.
I don't think I have a disguise kit currently on myself. I have to double check that.
Well,
Oh my god, you have to ask Mama Bird for her eyeliner.
You're in a massive city as well that you could buy one. But I'm pretty sure you
Oh, I do have a
have
disguise kit.
proficiency. Yeah, as
Okay,
a
yeah.
Grey Guard, you had that.
Yeah, I'll just okay. I thought I didn't have one. I'll use the disguise kit to disguise myself, and then I'll disguise myself more once I get past the anti-magic field. Alright, so I just, I guess I'll try to put on a disguise to make myself look like another, just some random, like, mercenary guy, Just put on a wig, change up my armor a little bit, put on, like, a coat. I guess I'll probably would have left a few of my magical stuff with, I'll say I left some of my magical stuff with the party. So I'm going in mostly bare.
Okay, so you are disguising yourself through the magical field. Also, thank you for the little raid here. I did see you. Welcome. We stream normally on Sundays, and on Wednesdays with the Rime of the Frost Maiden, but this is our brew stream. So welcome.
Immersion!
I know. We don't normally get raids, but I figured I should at least do a little spiel. So, you guys are heading to the Eloran Senate to witness the announcement that a Taurus has said that he's going to make a proposed end to the war. Only Zumasu is going. You pass through the anti-magic field with your non-magical disguise, and then you cast Disguise Self once you pass through the magic field. So, let's go there, shall we? Have you guys on the map just so that you have visibility. Remember this? Remember this place?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's back. So,
Did they ever fix that window?
yeah, the
Yes,
windows,
they did it. That's
That
why
was the whole
Tsumasa
point.
couldn't get in.
Oh, yeah.
windows fixed. The senators are on the top row. The consul members are on the middle row, and the proletariat are now they're just crowd tokens because that's less tokens for me to worry about. But they are crowding in the forum seats, absolutely completely bursting at the seams with this forum. There are also the knights are here. Before it was just guards, but now they have higher leaf crown guards at this place. And Zamasa, you're a little oversized, but that's fine. Where are you hanging out for today?
Who has more little shit? Who's doing that? Who has more of a who? I know a little bit of how the government works, right? So who would have biggest say in like what happens in terms of the war?
The biggest say, absolutely the senators.
And they're the guys with the biggest token.
They're the guys with the biggest tokens on the highest level. The person that is the most in charge is Baravin. They are on here. They are the one that was put in Commander Arn's position after he was assassinated.
Okay, I'ma just probably keep inside tabs on him.
Sure.
And let me just check. I want to check up some other shenanigans with Find Familiar. 1 sec. Because I would unsummon Elena, but I want to check if you can instant summon if you had summoned them initially.
If you had dismissed them, then I believe, yeah, you can call them back from their extra dimensional space.
So this is my question. Can I like hide behind a pillar, resummon Elena, and then send her invisible to go get a better hearsay of somebody?
You can, but I'll require a stealth check.
Okay. Let's do this. I'm gonna do his inspiration because this
Gonna
is
use your
bad.
inspiration, that's fine. You got one, everybody has one.
Seriously? Oh, god damn it.
A guard spots you casting spells as they are currently getting the people set up and in the stands and trying to resist their pushing forward. And as one of them spots you, they shout, "Hey, you! Spellcaster!"
I'm just gonna be like, hey, this is, it's my familiar. It keeps me calm. This is a nervous time.
Make a persuasion check.
This is my emotional security familiar.
Pretty much.
I will try to oppose that. Let's see.
I get thrown out.
Let's hope not. Oh.
He has a dog back home.
The knight, they kind of relent. They're a little tired with all of this stuff going on. They say, "Dismiss that immediately, and I want you in the front row."
Just be stressed
yes.
and be in the most stressful place possible.
I'm not gonna push my luck. I don't want to get pushed out, so I'm just like, okay. Sorry, sweetie. And I just like dismiss the familiar, and I'll follow its instructions.
Elena is disappeared. You move off to the front row. Well, the front row is just, anywhere in these stands.
Yeah.
But we'll assume that. Okay. So,
try to be sneaky.
things are starting to calm down, and a few starting announcements are being made. Although there's a lot of shouts coming from the riotous and ruckus crowd. "Hey, we need food and water. We need all these other things instead of whatever bullshit you're trying to do. You guys are sitting up there in your marble seats, and we're sitting here in our other marble seats, but not as fancy ones."
All I can do is I just have a immediate urge to cast conjure water and food. Sip. All right, cleric's done.
Yeah, actually, could I ask the guard if I could create food and water?
He just yelled at you for trying to cast a different spell.
No, but this is like to calm the people.
No, stop helping and let it happen.
Yeah, you're gonna draw a lot of unwanted attention, I think, in your
In your disguise.
Fair enough.
Remember, you're disguised, and you're a wanted felon.
A wanted dead man.
Alright. So, as things calm down, people are, spoken to by most of the senators and brought up to speed on local events, and they make the official announcement that they have captured multiple cities in New Dawn in what they say is retaliation to the assassination, even though that had already happened beforehand. They just didn't really publicly release that. You guys knew about it because Maria's been feeding you intel. And people kind of calm down a bit from this information. They're like, okay, something's happening. Progress is being made. And eventually it gets to the point where Varys is speaking. It's over here. So he's speaking mostly from his upper platform, because everything down here is like for when the people want to speak. But he addresses the entire forum saying, "We have made great advances in this unfortunate war. The Connaughtons have been trying to take New Dawn, and now New Dawn has shown that they do not welcome us, and they do not welcome our help, and have in fact attacked us for our desired help. Furthermore, we are losing many friends, family, and losing, well, lots of people in this war, and we want to prevent that. And listen, I'm not very good at public speaking, but I could turn things over to Mr. Volodel, has a solution proposed for the rest of the for the rest of Elore. Thank you." And he just kind of sheepishly sits down. And a tourist stands up. He leaves Juliana by their side at among the consuls, basically. And he approaches. He's actually speaking from above as well. He's not going to go all the way down here, but he does speak to the rest of the forum. "Everyone, we have been making great strides since we have put our faith in the arcane seat and let them take a more forward position in this trying time. We have made a fantastic discovery, one that should bring about, as promised, an end to the war without as much Eloran death. And I would like to present it now." And you hear like this metallic clanking. Everybody's like looking around, but then they see on the central floor that a bunch of metallic humanoid creatures emerge from the side hallways and take up a position surrounding this space. Oh,
It's
that's...
that thing that Artificer was making.
I want it. Let me do this. There we go. I was just trying to bookmark the page instead of putting it on a new layer.
I'm gonna nudge a person in the crowd and be like, "How the hell these guys get let in?"
Well, it seems that they were brought in ahead of time. Just like a cooking show. Aetoris kind of holds his hands out. He kind of holds his hands up and says, "Behold, my Urzat's army. It is still in production, and we need you, our Eloran citizens, to help produce this army of soldiers without souls. These creatures can take the hits that your friends and family would be on the battlefield. And furthermore, they are stronger than the average soldier. And they will bring a swift end to those that do not believe in magic and to those that would seek harm against our fair city. I will be turning things over to the rest of my consuls and the other senators. They have a plan put in place to expedite this process. We will need every able-bodied man and woman that can forge and can cast spells. This endeavor. Thank you all, and praise be to the Elven Kingdom of Elore and its great history." And he sits down. Everybody kind of like looks at each other, and they begin to clap. This is generally something that they want. Also, am I disconnected?
No.
We can
No.
tell you.
Okay.
We're just letting you have your moment, and
No.
also
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
just seeing a message that says trying to reconnect
This
to
is the
Google
clone
Drive.
army
Oh,
that
I
we
see.
inexplicably have for no reason.
Okay. Like, At this point, we can only pray like, okay, like are these like the hammer drones, or like who is Whiplash here?
Public
I'm
gets
very
to speak,
concerned.
right? Because I'm gonna say some shit.
Yeah.
Hope he doesn't recognize me.
Eventually, the after they get through like their proposals, they will open up everything to the forum. But from what their proposals sound like, it sounds like they're setting up these. They're setting up these task forces that are going to find people that are able to forge materials and people that are able to cast spells and enchant things. They've already been doing that anyway because they've been
So they're
heavily recruiting for the Arcane
officially,
Sea.
right?
They're conscripting people into what is basically an industrial force, kind of
Yes.
like what they did with the Americas during the World Wars.
Yeah, this isn't good. I don't like the solution myself.
We now open the forum to the people. One at a time, please, an orderly line. Seek the nearest Leaf Crown associate, and they will be able to put you in a line. And
I'll go
threat?
stand in line.
they will put you in line, or you will. Yeah, eventually you're able to get your turn, Zumasu. May approach.
Can I do a nose? Okay, I want to do two things. I want to, one, spread a rumor, but I also want to talk about the efficacies of this. Can I help spread the rumor by casting suggestion on a random person in front of me so they talk about the rumor they heard about the stuff to the
No!
south?
Literally, do not cast a spell in the center of the forum. Please.
It's just verbal and semantic. That's why I'm like, could I try?
No!
And whisper?
Because someone
Somatic
is going to
means.
Or,
You gotta
it's
wave your hand
verbal
around.
and-
Yeah.
This one's moving your mouth though.
No,
Let me
it's
go.
not. Somatic means you're actually moving your hands around.
Yeah, you gotta do your Naruto hand.
Or no,
jutsu.
this one's material. That was the thing. It's
Oh,
verbal
so
and
you have
material.
to, I believe, hold out wool?
Or snake's tongue, but it's a
Snake's
racial
tongue.
thing. It's a racial thing. That's why.
Oh, it's your Yanti ability. That's
I look them in the
different.
eye, talk to them, like be like, I tap the guy on the shoulder, be like, hey, you really want to talk about how you heard this rumor about this, don't you? And how Elore
These
should
are
be
not the droids
protected.
you're looking for.
Pretty much, and get
Okay.
him to be like, I want to spread the rumor that I heard stuff's going on at the mountain range to the south. It's not safe. Why aren't we focusing on that?
Okay. In that case, that person will need to make a wisdom save. What is the save for that ability?
19, because it's still based on my charisma.
Okay. And they will make that check. It's a wisdom save. Let's do D20. Okay, they got a natural 1. So
Okay.
that's fun. I don't need to do
Yeah.
any math.
Sweet. So they're gonna go talk about the rumor spreading, and I'll say what I want to say about the army.
what? Yeah, that is kind of worrying. I was gonna ask another question, but that sounds more important.
Yeah, they should go figure out what's the deal with the South and why it's dangerous, and not worry about stuff in the North. Go bring that up.
All right. They eventually get to their turn in line, and they make this proclamation to the Senate floor. Eventually, some of the consuls start answering the questions, and they're like, "We've heard these rumors, and we are investigating them as we speak. We have task forces dedicated to meeting out this cult threat that has seemingly arisen, but we largely believe this to just be a dangerous rumor. It is, after all, only week 1 of the 2-week spread rumors thing.
That's fair. I still help the rumor spread.
Yeah, this is kind of part of that.
Yeah.
Your turn comes in line if you did get in line.
Yep. Okay, and then I'm in line because I go after him, and I'm gonna. Okay, just give me a second to think how to phrase this.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I don't want to be super specific, take too much time. But I'll basically ask, are we sure we want to start conscripting people who can think for themselves and have their own livelihoods when we're not even sure who these soldiers follow? We've had issues in the past of cults infiltrating, mind flayers infiltrating. Who's to say that these soldiers couldn't be swayed by another arcanist of some variety, or if something were to happen to the leader of them, what would happen to the soldiers? So basically my concern is like paranoia about like who's
Hijacking.
controlling them, hijacking them, that sort of thing, their loyalties, since they're not people.
The logistics are difficult to explain, but perhaps we can bring in somebody that can explain these in an easier capacity. And you see that two people emerge from the crowd, one from like descending the stairs, but eventually they do appear before you. One you've seen before. It is Jarsali, who is the golem creator that you guys had spied on a brief moment. They were supplying a Taurus with some of their golems. Anyway, they approach and they are introduced. This is Jarsali Elore, an artificer here in Elore, and Mr. High Archmage Avrosian. He is a graduate from the Arcane Seat and a proud artificer of their own right. They are one of the creators of these creations, the Urzat's soldiers. They can answer any questions for you.
So first question, who do they follow? And is that position compromisable? Are we sure that it'll be safe?
Jarsali kind of like shrugs a bit and looks to the person to their left uneasily. Avrosian then kind of lifts their chin and says confidently, "The chain of command is very explicit in these creations, and it is under the assumption that anybody in the military, it will follow the people in the military that are above them. They are considered to be below everyone except for standard regulars."
That's concerning. Is he telling the truth there?
You can make an insight check. They will follow the senators' orders above consuls' orders, and they will also follow the commander's orders above everyone else's orders. And, I mean, the best that you can tell, you've never met this person before, but they seem to have a public speaking voice. They seem to be telling you facts.
So what he knows is what he's saying is that they follow the army hierarchy for the most part, and people are still on the bottom of it.
Yes, but they don't have just one person that can command them. Other people can command them in the chain of command.
So I will say this: what would happen if two people of same rank give them conflicting orders?
They would seek out a higher authority.
What if the highest authority gave conflicting orders?
The highest authority cannot give conflicting orders because there is no highest authority that conflicts with them.
Who is the highest authority in game? This is just
Varys Baravin.
Okay,
He points
so Varys
towards
would
the
be...
senator, who is also currently the commander of the Leaf Crown.
All right. I don't really want to stir that pot too much. All right.
Now you don't want to stir pots all of a sudden.
Well, I need to Varys to eventually like us
as well.
Yeah, that's a good question. So,
what happens to them afterwards? After the war is over and we don't need them anymore, are they going to be turned against our own citizens as a police force? What's happening?
Thank you, Meta Voice. I like this. Yeah. So who's funded the research so far, and what's going to happen to these soldiers after we don't need them after the war?
Jarsali speaks up. I was given a research grant by Mr. Aetoris Voladel. I believe that he had funded most of it. Is that true, Avrosian? Yes, most of our efforts were funded by consulate members and senate members, although most of this was done under wraps. We had research here in Elore. We also had researchers at Themril Keep studying a electric anomaly that was able to tell us how to power these devices.
Oh, that place. What's going to happen to them after the war's done?
After the war is done, that is up to the senators. That is out of my hands. The senators kind of look at each other. We will have to decide what to do with them, but the understanding is that this would be a army that can continue to protect Elore even during peacetime. Though, mostly in Elore, we would have our standard Leaf Crown to make split decisions, because that's more of a decision-making process than simply following orders in the field.
All right. I'm trying to think of any other questions because I think this concern. All the citizens are now hearing this. I think the only two things I'll say are just like some pseudo rumory, backhanded things. I'm gonna basically remark about how like, well, I hope the Leaf Crown aren't out of a job once this is all set up, and I hope that people aren't gonna be like scared of being bossed around by automatons and golems.
Sure. You start up a sort of back the green movement to get the people on the side of the Leaf Crown officers instead of these automated machines that are going to take their gerbs.
We just don't want to live in RoboCop, all right?
Make a...
Yeah.
It's a little bit of that, but it's also just like people, they aren't going to listen to you like a Leaf Crown would. So I guess actually, yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to have you make a performance check.
That's fine.
You're performing for a large group of people. I'd consider that instead of a persuasion.
Okay.
It's a average performance. I mean, it's not like you are showing who you truly are and like have that kind of behind you. So it's kind of just a random citizen's outcry. They thank you for your time and call up the next questioner, the next citizen. All right. And most of the rest of the Senate meeting kind of continues in this same way, with people kind of marveling at the soldiers up above with their bronze metallic bodies and their glowing purple eyes and their halberds that they're wielding. Anyway, that's it.
Can I get a beat on how... I wanted to see if I can get a beat on the Leaf Crown, how they feel about this and if they were surprised about this. Like the peoples that are guarding us, Leaf Crown, did they know about this ahead of time? For one, I kind of want to get if they're surprised by this. Like, how are they reacting?
Even without an insight, you can tell that the knights are less surprised about this, but they're still in awe of it, like of the mechanical marvels of it.
And they're not like scared of it or anything. They're more into it. So it's not to say that they're like, oh,
they don't want to die.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. They'd rather a robot die than they die so that they can go home to their families.
Also, robots are cool, man.
Yeah, robots are cool. Haven't you seen the Boston Dynamics robots? Anyway, that's enough of
I've seen too much sci-fi to know where this goes.
So anyway, you guys are finished.
Will Smith jumps through the ceiling like the Raven did and is just like, hey.
Ah, hell no.
Oh, hell no. Okay, so that's it for the Senate forum. The announcement has been made. You guys get that news maybe like on a little more than halfway through the week.
How far does Sending Stone go? And actually, could I have just taken that and just told them immediately?
Yeah, you can tell them immediately. It's infinite. It crosses the plains, I think.
Sweet, yeah. So I just probably ping Mao and just be like, "Yo," I spill everything, just like blah 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 blah, and blah blah blah, and I couldn't have my pet inside, and blah blah blah.
I couldn't have my pet inside, and that was the most important and pressing part of it.
What says you, Mao?
She's not there, I don't think.
Yeah, she BRB'd.
Also, she's not there, so like because she's decided to like not participate on purpose, still spreading rumors.
I guess I also realized something if I was in Elore. I commission Jarsalo Eloro to make me a Sending Stone device.
Yes, and I also asked her to get me to improve my Fireball Gauntlet. We haven't picked those up yet.
I want to pick them up. Because I totally forgot about the Sending Stone device.
If that's what you want to do, man, I don't know why you'd want to go there.
I mean, I'll just wait until after the whole thing. I figured after
No,
the whole
I'm
thing's
just
done.
being sarcastic.
Okay. I wasn't gonna just like run up to her while there's a bunch of guards and be like, "Yo, you owe me the item."
But you're still under disguise. So you're like, who are you?
Are you? Aren't you wanted?
That was another person. I think I was disguised as Spent when I met her anyway, so that's fine.
Yeah, you usually are, so I believe that. Alright, that concludes downtime for this week. Yeah, Mao, you were away, but Zoom also filled you guys in with a Sending Stone.
Yeah.
You guys were aware of this about halfway through the week.
Yep.
Also, now, Zoom also kind of wants to go see Jarsali.
Ugh.
We had commissions we forgot to pick up.
And also now there's different thing that is needing attention.
A bunch of, shiny automatons. Age of Ultron begins.
We got Doom stuff, we got Age of Ultron stuff, we got possibly...
We have a
monster-
crime Bible to get, so
Yeah.
if week 2 goes by right now, that's great. If week 3 goes by right now, if week 4 goes by right now, we can all go and beat up some people. That'd be great.
I still want to buy shit.
All right.
You can buy shit anytime.
So, with that, let's do some villainous intel at the end of the week. Who wants to do the espionage check, which is +3 for you guys?
Who hasn't rolled?
I haven't rolled. I'll roll something.
Yeah.
I'll do you guys poorly.
Nope. Do this crowd.
You can't beat my 2.
Okay, 17.
very
That's not
proud.
bad.
That's pretty good.
You guys are still keeping an eye on your current target, the Court of the Dragonflies, and besides obviously the announcement of a new machine army, they're starting to kind of show these off, Epcot style inside of Elore. There's like there are some of them stationed at mostly high-profile places like the Senate and the Arcane Seat. They occasionally take them around to show people and get people used to the idea of seeing them, which of course is kind of horrifying when you think about it, but is also kind of cool if you're a citizen that thinks that robots are cool. Furthermore, they are starting to install further magical sensors throughout the city to keep tabs on people that might be trying to do magic that is inappropriate in places. That
Large brethren over here.
Yeah, large brother.
God damn it.
Anyway, with that, let's move into week 2. Week 3. This is week 3. Alright. Start of the week, do you guys want to divine on anything or commune with anything? Or scry on anyone?
Everybody I want to scry on, I can't scry on, and it's not fair.
That's fine. I'm just...
I only get basic cable here.
Yeah, you need HBO Max.
And most of the places I want to scry on can't be scried on.
I guess, if anything, I'm just gonna scry on, like, the apartment, Tragedy's place, any, like, locations maybe that we enjoyed visiting or visited often, and just kind of, like, see if
I
something
have a
changes
request.
during the day.
Scry over the New Dawn areas we've been to, see if there's fighting going on. Just do a location scry.
It, like, over New Dawn specifically, or you're talking about, like, the forts that are outside?
Do you want me to take you to the New Dawn map? For
Sure.
a brief moment?
Sure. I just we can do in locations in space to some degree, so I'm basically
Yeah.
just like check the city walls to see if the guards are on alert and shit, and check like a
Yeah,
few
okay.
bit on the road to see if there's a blockade or something.
Because that's kind of what I was thinking of, is, like, the people that we want to scry are being held in ways that, like, either we can't see them, or, you know, they're in a specific place, so maybe it's just we scry on places instead? That's
Yeah.
all. Yeah,
Just
so...
has the fighting reached the city type thing.
Yeah, so I guess checking on New Dawn would be like checking on the guard, like however many people have been moving around, if anything's changed.
Roads
People,
barricade.
there is no fighting currently going on in the city, although it seems like a lot of the joy from the streets seems to have left.
Yeah, how are the marketplaces? Do they seem less full?
They are much less full.
Okay.
Most people aren't like doing big promotional stuff. They aren't like doing the races or anything. Even the pits are kind of closed, and they've been turned into like a military training center. You can also see that people that are mostly shopping are just shopping for essentials. They're just shopping for food and stuff. Most of the luxury places have kind of closed for the time being.
No, we love that hotel.
It seems like they're really struggling in as far as their economy is going.
I mean, they
They're-
blockaded.
They're literally no longer trading with Connacht, and now they're no longer being traded with Elore. So there's not much going on here.
They're also blockaded from two sides.
What's worse, Bunderstones is closed.
No!
No.
You know, what's unfortunate is maybe we could accidentally let somebody know how to get downstairs into that little hovel area.
Teleportation circle?
Not the teleportation circle, but like just common people being able to get goods or use it as their own smuggling route.
You're gonna tell them where the Vintner's smuggling route is?
That
That's a
no.
terrible idea.
Who are you gonna
No.
tell? The rival thieves guild?
No, I'm just thinking like normal people. They get swarmed.
It's not gonna go
No.
well.
The teleportation circle for one will be destroyed immediately because people would attack it.
Yeah, that's what happened when the one in Connacht was revealed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and now I don't have a fast travel there anymore. Thanks.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Samasu, specifically.
Well, it was kind of bad.
It was also
for that
Ma's
to
fault a bit.
exist. What?
Yeah.
Well,
You assassinated their ambassador.
okay, thank you. Yeah, you can.
Anyway, that's the
Mhm.
general gist of New Dawn. Okay, divination. Are you asking your standard question, Among?
Was it?
Save
You-
for the day.
For your divination spell, are you just kind of asking if anybody's attacking Galestone?
Or like, yeah, anyone's like anything near within the last for a week, so basically like within 7 days, is anyone gonna attack, or will anyone do a harmful action toward the Galestone?
You. That's interesting. You feel a strange, like, breeze wash over you. A kind of bitter taste fills your throat. It's not a great feeling, but it's not a totally bad feeling. You do sense that something bad will happen regarding Galestone. You don't feel like it will be under any physical attack.
Oh, someone's gonna cry.
You have
Someone's gonna.
You have a bad omen. Anyway. With that divination spell, you can also commune if you'd like to.
Okay, so the misfortune. Who's gonna is it going to land upon the central holders of Galestone? Like Zumasu and all that. Yeah.
Yes and no.
Is it gonna happen at Galestone, or is it gonna happen at Galestone?
Is it gonna happen at Galestone? No.
That's neat.
Uh-oh, who's in danger? Is it Juliana, Peggy, Brienne? What's happening?
It could mean a lot of
Tragedy.
things.
Tragedy.
There's 2 more questions, so you could ask a specific person if you like.
I think it's 3 yes or no questions.
Well, I asked the first yes or no question.
Right.
And
Oh.
the second thing I had asked was, is it gonna happen at Goldstone? He said no.
Oh,
That was
So
the
there's one
interesting
more.
thing.
yeah, I assumed that you were giving that option. You can always cast commune again.
I mean, that's a pretty good question. I like that answer, and I'm still worried about it.
Isn't commune the one that like as you cast it, the percentage is like lower or something like that? Is
If
getting
you cast it
recovery
in the
after?
same day,
Oh,
I
okay.
think.
Yeah, and we got a week, so we're just kind of fudging through time.
Ask if there are spies in Galestone.
I think we already did that. And it said
Yeah,
no.
but it's another week.
Oh, that's true. So we can confirm again.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's figure out if maybe there's spies.
Is that I'm
Are
gonna
there
ask
spies?
again?
Are there spies at Galestone?
Amon, is this what you want to ask for the question?
Sure, why not?
Okay. No.
We all clean. I like this. It's an easy way to tell if we got spies or not.
No, we just have blackmail elsewhere. That's the problem. They're not here. It's elsewhere.
Yeah, our home base is safe for now until
Yeah.
you know. It's a good thing. It's a good upkeep check.
Yeah, that's why I included it.
Neat. Okay.
All right. This week, a Taurus checks in with Juliana. Juliana still seems to be safe, and you guys have told a Taurus about the cult activity in Mount Mordensamen, that you were getting ready to go and investigate that. And furthermore, you did do some espionage on the cult. They do check in after confirming that Juliana is still safe. Have we made any progress on the cult of Cania?
No.
I mean,
Well, I
We
mean,
found out they're military.
yeah,
we
that's
can tell them about that.
pretty big. I'd say just tell them they got an army.
They have a rather large army and a pit fiend, and it's rather stressful.
What? So the rumors are true?
Just say yes. We want this to be real.
What rumors? I suppose so, if they've been saying that there is an army with a pit fiend.
This
And
is
what about
most
something called
distressing.
what is it called?
Aragon?
Maragons are most
A
of their army.
Maragon and a Hellfire, like
Most
siege
of their
engine
army is
thingy.
Maragons.
There's a lot happening right now.
I wasn't aware of the breadth of their forces. Furthermore, I'm glad that you've confirmed that that is their base of operations. Good work. I expect that you'll be moving on them soon. It has been a few weeks.
It's
Ask for
hopeful,
help.
and we're recovering and trying to.
Do you need anything to
stuff.
take on these forces?
Ooh, that's juicy.
Just ask if we could have an army to help, because this is beyond the scope of just a few adventurers.
I
At
mean,
least we need a distraction operation, probably.
He sends his forces out. That's good for us too.
I can't
so
offer much. It would take a lot to sway the entire Leaf Crown to
it's
turn away from the war and focus on something else.
it's understandable. This is a fairly large undertaking, but it's not something that.
I can offer you money, I can offer you magic items. I might even be able to spring a few units or so. None of the new mechanized ones, however.
Understandable. I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for your offer, but we will definitely be needing the help.
Anything to make sure that you come back safe and sound, Crash. End transmission.
Again, deep breath.
Do you always do this by yourself?
Fuck!
I imagine that this is happening pretty much by myself at the top of a tower, so it carries for a while.
We're all just like hanging at the bottom, and Steph is like, she always says to do it by herself. Is she okay? You want to go check on her mouth? See if she's fine?
Okay, more deep breaths. Gonna sort of pull down the vest and leave the room. It's fine. It's fine. And I'm gonna go and try and find the party. And
I'm at the bottom of the tower. Hey, yeah, I didn't know you were doing that now. Hey, how's it going?
okay, so bad bad news, Satorus is still a douchebag, but good news is that he is willing to offer us aid in order to better be able to deal with the whole Pit Fiend, Maragon, Hellfire Engine
Is he willing to
situation.
send units? Send up horses? Because
He's willing to send units, he's willing to give us money, and he's willing to share magic items. Or, I think.
They're all gonna be cursed.
They're all going to be cursed. This is all going to come with strings, so we should be careful what we ask for.
Yeah.
And
I mean-
especially if we want units.
I mean, not for nothing, sending units would be kind of useful, because we want to divert his resources if we're going to be sneaking in to get things.
I fully respect and appreciate that, but this is also means managing people that we cannot trust.
Yeah, that can turn any
That's
second.
fair.
Hey, can we request one of the robots?
No. He specifically said that we would not be allowed any of the new robot units.
Boo.
Damn it.
One
I wanted to
robot
know
might
their
be enough.
capacity so we can develop a counter.
That's
but I
probably the
guess
reason
not.
why we can't
He-
have one.
Immediately said that was not allowed.
There's only
Let's
so
see.
many of them, they have to produce them.
I'd say one would probably be a nice request, maybe. See?
He's going to say no. And
Yeah, he was pretty adamant, so I guess not.
Alright.
he offered 3 things, and that was one thing that he was saying absolutely no to.
They offered
It's not
money,
wise to
magic
push.
items, or potentially a unit.
Yeah.
So I think diverting his units would be useful.
I diverting units, or if we wanted to be a little bit smarter or about this, we could ask for money and hire a unit of our own choosing.
I suppose that would also be useful.
Could hire mercenaries, yeah. It's always an option.
Mm-hmm.
That might be our best recourse if we don't want to put it. I understand where you're coming from. We're trusting the group that sends out mercenaries would be a little bit more trusting. They know what they're getting into, and we wouldn't have to worry about them reporting things back in the same way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It would rather just be your action to muster those units.
That'd be fine. I'd say yes. Agree to that portion of the thing and explain what it's for. That way, you can know why the amount would be as much as it needs to be.
I suppose we could also ask Grovel or Yamdal if they know about any good mercenary bands that we could hire.
That's fair. We could actually. It might be worth asking. What's the guy? Who is the person from Dungale? If they could spare anybody knowing about this threat.
Do you talk about the leader?
Yamdal? Or
Corum Darkbow?
Who was the person?
Your ambassador?
Yeah.
Oh,
Pilgrim.
Paulgrim. I was gonna say ask.
Fulgrim.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could try and talk to Paulgrim and let him know what we discovered and see like can Dungale spare any dwarves to go and squash a devil cult.
Yeah, obviously. Mustering units doesn't really take anything unless you're like trying to muster something that is beyond your stronghold's capabilities. So if you're getting dwarven units, that's a-okay. No check needed.
So I say we muster some mercenaries by asking for money, and we muster some dwarven units by talking to the ambassador, since there's a threat to the keep and threat to the area.
Okay. So right now you have 4 tier 1 units, so you could afford another tier 2 unit.
How do we
That
upgrade
sounds
a
good.
unit past tier 2?
You would need to have more than the layers above it.
What are cavalry?
What are cavalry?
Yeah, like are they like tier 2, tier?
They're any tier.
Okay. Okay,
Right.
I see.
Yeah, right now you
I'll-
have 4 tier 1 units, 2 tier 2 units, and 1 tier 3 cavalry.
Okay.
That's a weird sword icon for some reason.
Oh, I think you're just doing for melee versus range. That's why.
Oh, maybe.
But okay, yeah. Yeah, let's get more tier 2 so we can build up the higher level units as well.
Yeah.
Right. So you're going to get a tier 2 unit. Would you like it to be artillery, infantry, cavalry, or siege?
Artillery. I vote.
Siege was pretty badass, remember?
The trees didn't do much on our side. It depends on what we get with siege. What do we know ahead of time?
Oh,
what we
wait,
get?
I thought Grove Guardians were more like infantry.
I think they were technically siege, weren't they?
Hold on, let me check. Grove Guardians, no, they don't have any, like, siege units, or siege capabilities.
Okay.
Like, I want one of those, like, fucking catapult things to knock down a tower. That's what I want.
That's fair.
Wow.
Because those things did some damage.
I literally cannot believe that I put a bunch of units in here, but I didn't put the dwarves in.
Heh.
Because I think I thought when I was doing these ahead of time that there's no way dwarves would come into play. And then you got a dwarven ambassador, but I assumed that I had done them already. Either way, I know their capabilities.
I don't know if we're having intrigue right now anyway, but you leave at least a note that we're getting a dwarven. We'll do a siege unit. I think that kind of makes sense to balance it out then.
Gonna do a siege unit?
That what you guys want?
Yes.
All right. Do what the
Just-
birdie says.
I'm just waiting for the crime Bible moment. That's all I want.
Yep, that is on its way.
I would like
Probably
to kill
next week.
No!
Next week in game,
Oh,
which will probably end up being next week out of game.
I will throw my
Something.
computer out the window.
Oh, okay. So Dwarven Artillery, I did find it in the book. There actually conveniently is a tier 2 artillery.
Nice.
They have this Dwarven Stalwart ability. They have the Siege Engine ability that lets them deal like automatic damage to things, but it takes like a turn to load.
Protect your artillery.
They deal 3 damage with 1 attack.
That's pretty good.
Put my bookmark in here so to do it. Also, I got my copy of Kingdoms and Warfare, so I don't actually have to use the PDF. So, with that, what are we doing? We mustered some Dwarven Artillery. Okay, so that's your stronghold action. Oh, I never checked in with Maria. Okay. So Maria does get back to you, Zumasu. Again, she has gotten word of the announcement. Word has spread as people have sent letters out to the front in the past week. She is on the move. She's moving with a bunch of volunteers and laborers from Al Rajah to the ruins of Dunbrazik. They're under orders to fortify the location, and mages are being sent alongside them to assist in that effort. They can't talk much because they're constantly on the move and need to keep track of all of these people, herd them along, but that's what they get back to you with during this week. They have not been attacked by the Kanans yet.
Part of me's thinking the more information I tell her, the more likely she's gonna have to take things into her own hands, which will get her in trouble. I don't know, maybe that's a side story that'll happen. I am gonna tell her that that there's a threat down to the south. The city's unnervous about it, and I'll let her know what I'll let her know about the big reveal, because from her letters she didn't know what the big reveal was about Eight Horses' plan, right?
Word has gotten to her.
Okay, yeah, I'll just reiterate the points about it, a little bit about my apprehension and concern about it, and I'll let her know that the cult has a minor army discovered in the southern region, and that it might be best if the Elore forces would withdraw to deal with that, but we'll see what happens.
She eventually responds that it sounds like its heart is in the right place, but the fact that you're investigating this means that there has to be something bad behind it. And she trusts you and hopes that you'll find some solution to either this war or whatever you're dealing with down south. She's very overwhelmed and being kept very busy.
Understandably.
Anyway.
I'm gonna go confide in Boom Crash like I'm worried about Maria and how much I should let her know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a delicate balance, but remember, once you share information, you lose control of it, and as much as you may care for her, I can't tell you what the right thing to do is. But we'll support you no matter what, okay?
Alright. Okay. Next thing.
Stronghold action. You're already mustering units. That's fine. What would you like your domain to do during this juncture? If you really wanted to, they could probably muster units as well if they absolutely needed to.
I say we use that to buy mercenaries. We need an army as fast as possible.
Daddy, give me money.
Right.
Don't call back a tourist, be like, I need money for an army if we can't spare units.
Daddy, I need money.
Money, please.
Money, please.
Domain features.
So it'll be like, hey, who wants to make monies and fight some devils in the mercenary tavern?
Right. You do so. So you can get half elves and you can get dwarves just as a standard thing. What are you looking for this time?
Let's get some half elves. It is Elore after all.
All right. You can now get tier 3 unit, an additional tier 3 unit if you'd like.
Hell yeah, okay. We're getting some veteran adventurers to help in this.
Right. Do you want infantry, artillery, siege? At this point, you can get aerial units.
What's special about it? Are they like flying cavalry, or how do they work?
They essentially work the same as cavalry. They don't use the board. They're just outside of the board, and they can just attack people.
Side note, we will need reach because the cult has flying units. or we
I-
need flying. Because I'm
I-
sure there's probably a thing where flying can't attack or ground units can't attack flying, unless it's like archery or some sort of range
Only
weapon.
artillery and other aerial units can attack aerial units, much like cavalry can attack other
Right.
cavalry.
So aerial's kind of OP. I vote we get
Yeah.
aerial.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get a dragon on our side.
I
Let's
mean,
go-
it's half-elf mercenaries. What does this mean? They're all paladins too, or they're druids and paladins, or
I mean-
how are they all flying?
We have a necromancer. We can just go bring back the undead dragon, and we have a dragon on our side.
The necromancer's kind of new
Murder
to
death?
school.
Murder death.
Murder death's just a hide. I need a raised dead, or I need
Dead,
a true
yeah.
resurrection.
Yeah, true resurrection at that point.
True resurrection for a baby dragon.
Yeah.
And hope they don't remember anything we did.
Okay. I'm just gonna, for now, call it this Griffin Cavalry.
That's cute.
Yeah, people do fly griffins in Elore. It's more Pegasi up in Connacht, because that's just their territory. But
Can I
the
do my
plains are
spell
dominated by
storm
griffins.
Shenanigans to give the people some extra griffins.
Sure. Fuck it.
That's how they all get griffins. I help fatten out their numbers.
Apparently. Right, you get some half-elf Griffin Cavalry. So that's fun. That's a neat little tidbit that you got there going for you. You've mustered plenty of units this turn. You've mustered so much that you need more hot dogs to fill the demand for all the mustard. Now let's go to player actions and focus actions. So let's go around. Zoom, also, you've been on this whole time. So I assume you're going to continue to do rumors this week because you kind of have to.
Just rumors and shopping. You can move to somebody else until you want me to do my shopping.
Well, you can also focus.
But the rumors would be the
If you
oh,
would
the
like,
rumors instead of the.
you can do the spread rumors action, and it'll only take you 1 week to spread rumors.
Oh, so I can either do the rumors or the shopping.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, well, I mean, you can do normal shopping. You could have done normal shopping last week, too.
Yeah, I want to do some normal shopping. Do you just want me to send you a list of all the things I got from these guys' things?
Yeah, that's fine. That'll
Okay.
work.
That's fine. I'll do that. The only other thing I wanted. Oh, there's other two check-ins. One is did Gem Guy show up yet? And
Thrazir?
did Thrazir show up this week? And can I go pick up the commission items for me and Boom Crash?
Yes, that is things you can do. Thrazir does show up this week.
Hey!
Let's
Oh
go
my
buy
god.
some shit.
No, I'm just gonna mess with him. I don't even want to buy stuff from him. I just want to mess with him. He's a new person.
Okay, so we'll get to Thrazir. We'll get to Zumasu's thing. I just want to get
Yeah.
tally of what everybody's doing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mao, you're also spreading rumors. Are you focusing on anything this week? You can focus on a new thing.
You know what? I'm just for the sake of it. Mao's bored. Mao just wants to go and do stuff and not like sit around. So at this point, the training has been sort of done for Finesse. In between, she's just going around to like everybody and kind of taking their stuff and switching it around with other people's stuff.
Oh
Okay.
God.
It seems benign. It's not as dangerous, but it's still something.
It's kind of like thief trading.
Sure, but it's only me, and I'm the only one thieving and moving stuff.
Alright.
Like some people will probably have a couple like pieces of copper in their pocket, and another person's gonna have like some gold. I'm gonna switch them, like stuff like that.
Would you want to consider this crime? Are you
Yes.
taking any for yourself?
No, this is simply just crime.
This is just chaos.
This is wanton chaos.
I don't need anything from this. Like Mao doesn't need anything from this other than the sake of being able to do it.
Well, I will assume.
Oh no, is it Boggles?
Yeah, no, if I roll really high, I would love for everyone to think that boggles or fairies have like once again invaded the space. That is a goal.
That is terrifying.
No.
I'll have you make a. Oh,
Sumos has
check.
bought so many new things.
I haven't yet today.
I think it would be a deception check.
Okay.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Most of the other checks also require most of the other activities require 3 sort of checks. So I'll also have
Yeah,
you do
yeah,
a
yeah.
stealth check.
Sure.
You don't want to be seen doing this, obviously. And, of course, a sleight of hand check for the actual deed.
Can I use Mage Hand to help in some of these situations? Give me advantage.
No.
Okay.
Because specifically Mage Hand is visible unless you are a arcane trickster.
Oh, I did not know that. All right, sleight of hand.
Yep. Okay, all successes. There are now rumors going around Galestone itself that there's boggles around. Perhaps this is the strange omen that was brought about in Amon's divination. People are losing items and people are gaining items they didn't realize they had. Money has been moving around and it's generally been disrupting everything that's going on.
I'm
There's
also
rumors
messing
that
with our own stuff too, just so that we don't look like the lords are out of place. So like Amon, Boom Crash, Zoo, yeah, stuff.
There's
as well.
rumors that there might be either Fae or even a spy amongst you guys. You guys have disadvantage on your next domain check.
No.
God damn it. This is what you get.
Just sitting in a corner, just like not doing anything.
Thankfully, this week didn't require one, but next week might. All right.
We need to give Mao an activity.
The targets are getting very like frail from just the many arrows and things being struck at them.
What
It's
about
like,
the vault that you were building?
I just paid somebody else to build it. See, that's why she's bored.
God damn it, we need to give her a job.
I have one skill set, and
What do you
I'm
mean,
itching.
What do you mean being a bum is an occupation?
It's my side hustle.
I mean, technically, you can also gather rumors. You can also, like, get favors from other people, from other domains. You can,
Oh no, I have. This is all right. So as a thought, this is the week. This is what Mal would be doing. Is just messing with people. The following week, she might help fix some of these things. Like, oh, I can get that back for you.
She's trying. Oh god damn it! I hate this con. She's trying to make herself seem like the most useful. What is it? Capable person.
Oh man, a manipulative little shit.
God damn it.
The worst type of people.
trying to be helpful, but everybody seems to all have their issues all sorted, so you make some new problems that you can solve. Just like a 90s kid cartoon kind of way.
Yeah. Me, myself, I am not proud of this. Character 100% is.
So are you focusing on anything, assuming that was your player action?
I mean, the only focus was just working on, like, the finesse training, but that's...
Well, you can
something
also
that
eat
is
well
upkeep,
this
right?
week. You can also visit the tailor.
Can I drink well?
I mean, yeah, that would probably have been carousing.
Carousing. Sure, carousing. I just figured this was going to count as crime, which is a thing.
Sure. That's why I asked if you were keeping anything, because then you could actually earn money.
Oh, nah, I don't care about that.
Just a quick question of Potion of Resistance from Gillian. Does that work on radiant and necrotic damage? Because it just says, tell me the energy and I'll make it work.
Let me check. I think it does. So...
Oh, holy shit, I can get necrotic energy potions. I'm gonna buy some of that.
I see. Potions of resistance. Yes, indeedy.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna buy a bunch of necrotic potions for the party.
Sure.
Keep on running to that.
Their cost should still be as listed. And it'll
Yep, okay.
last
But yeah,
for an hour.
I'm making a big ass list of stuff. I'm gonna be spending a lot of my gold.
Okay. Okay, so, Mao. We need to figure out exactly what downtime activities and focus things you're doing.
Then let me just take money from people, if that counts as it.
Yep, that can count as crime, and
Okay.
that was 3 successes, although none of you guys are nobles or anything like that. So, I think your payout is less or so.
Zumosu's a lord. That's a noble.
I'm literally
So you're
just gonna ask
stealing
you for
from
more-
Zumasu.
to just to have him come back to you and be like, I need pocket money from the hole.
Oh my god. Oh my
I'm just
God.
trying to make it work for, because apparently your equation needs me to steal actual money for this to be a crime, where
You're
the rest of this
stealing
is
your brother's lunch money.
yeah. This is
And
just a
having him
petty
come to you
crime.
and just
That
be like,
you've
somebody took
given
my
him."
milk. Can I get my milk back?
I'm
Okay.
trying to make it work for Chris's narrative.
If you're stealing from a noble, you can get 200 gold pieces from Zumasu specifically.
200 gold pieces it is.
This is just rude. Can I make it can I like try and stop her or notice anything? I mean, I probably won't be able to because her sleight of hand's ridiculous, but
You can try to oppose the deception check.
insight or what would this be?
It would be insight.
There's no friggin' way. Nope.
Oh,
You might not
If-
even notice it's gone, since you have such deep pockets. Subtract 200 gold from Zumasu and give it to Mao, even though
Yep.
Mao was in charge of a lot of that money.
I'm literally gonna be visiting Mao in a minute, just be like, I need money for potions.
yeah, I know.
Okay.
I took platinum pieces.
Boom Crash. Focus action. Your player action is known because you're crafting.
Yeah. I mean, I already have Dapper Dress and I did my training.
You could get well fed, which maximizes healing.
How long does that last for?
A number of instances equal to your stronghold, or the artisan's level, which is 1. So, 1 time until you get it again, you can choose to get maximum healing from any source.
Kind of neat.
So if somebody, or if you drink like a supreme healing potion, you could say, I'm maximizing this.
Ooh. I almost like that better than taking 12 on a charisma check.
Again, you can have both.
I can have both? I thought I could only have one.
You can only get 1 per week is the thing.
Oh,
You
I
can
want that
stack
one
them over
too.
time.
Let's stack
Yeah.
these.
Does that change what anybody else wants to do?
If I'm starting rumors, that's my player focus, so could I be well fed, I guess, for the other thing? Because since I can just buy outright the other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be well fed. I'll add that to my thing.
Mal, would you like to be well fed?
Sure.
Okay.
You're
You
having dinner
ungrateful-
with mom.
You ungrateful
She
bastards.
keeps eating delicious meals using the money she took from me. Tastes so much better because it's somebody else's money.
Yes.
Benevolence cooks you guys some good meals, and you guys have a veritable feast while you guys are in your stronghold this week. You guys deserve it. I mean, you've mostly had gruel since... Well, you didn't have gruel for like 3 days while Amon was dead, but most of the time you've been...
But then we were hungry.
Can we say I bought the whole kitchen staff, the haversack pouch for spices? That's why everything's so great.
Sure. Yeah, everything is spiced to your liking. Okay. Amon, what is your focus action? Because I know you're crafting.
Okay, let me figure this out.
Would you like to be well fed as well?
No, I'm an ascetic. Like, I need to suffer.
Okay. Would you like to look good while suffering?
Let me figure it out because
He's thinking about it.
no, I lost the downtown process thing, so I'm looking that back up.
Okay, now I gotta tally up how much money I'm losing. This is just from the potion shop, by the way.
Yeah.
And now it's not even showing up. Crap.
Oh, I thought I showed it to people. Like I hit the show to players button.
But like it showed, it appeared. So, okay,
You might need to refresh or something.
I'm gonna refresh. No, let me handle this.
Yep, that's fine. Okay, well, while Amon is figuring out his focus action, that is pretty much the end of this week. So, let's go into Zumasu and... Mostly Zumasu, right? Going to Jarsali's?
Yeah, I mean, does
Is anybody
come just to
coming-
pick it up?
Yeah. Is anybody coming with Zumasu?
Sure.
So
I'll
pick
come.
up your item.
Actually, let me do training. I don't know what the training is for the tools, right?
Oh yeah, training as a player action, would supersede your crafting.
No, it says focus action, 1 per player, right?
Yeah, training at the keep is different from training the skill. Training at the
Okay.
keep is your finesse or versatile training. You would override that.
Oh, okay. So the training is the way to do that. Okay.
Yep. I just realized that training is in 2 places once more, so I might clarify that.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was scribing the scroll, and then the you said the well fed, which is a focus action thing. So, um,
I only got one superior because in the description it says she can't make those too often.
actually, I have a question. So I know it's like the teleportation circle is arcane, but with Temple under rule, do you think I'll be able to ask for a favor and have a teleportation circle being established?
At the Temple of Nerul in Elore?
Yeah, just in case we need a second entrance.
I mean, technically, could you also not use Word of Recall?
I don't have that spell. I don't think.
Well, you can have it. It's a cleric spell, so you can just prepare it one day.
Let me look at the spell.
Yeah, it's a 6th level spell. You and 5 willing creatures within 5 feet of you teleport to a previously designated sanctuary, which you need to cast the spell to designate your sanctuary.
Ah,
Go to
see, I
map
never
before
have.
find potions. Now,
Yes.
can I have 10? Can I have 20,000 gold?
Okay.
Sure.
Okay,
Thank
you
you.
know what? I say we do the keep as a designated sanctuary. No, not the keep.
It has to be a
This is-
place strongly linked to your deity. So the Temple
Okay.
of Nerul and Elore would work, unless you built a temple here.
Okay, I guess then the Temple of Nerul. I think that's what it'll end up being. I don't think I'll just do a day travel and just cast it there
That's fine.
and call it that. I guess the favor would be: is it okay if I cast it here?
Mm.
Yeah, absolutely. They would easily allow that for a fellow priest. If you wanted to get a favor for them, that would also, like, performing religious services. Oh, again, that would supersede your Oh, are you doing the focus action for favors?
Yeah, you asked for my focus action, did you not? That's why you told me
I
about
did.
Roll
I
Fed.
did. Yes. Sorry. Um. Okay, that one has a specific effect, but we'll get to that. So you can do that.
Yeah, I don't have to do anything too. I could just be lazy.
Yeah, that's also true. The favors can actually basically let that temple pray for you. You'll get their religious prayer action, which might let you either get blessed or it might get you a summon in time.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'll just let them know that as the rumors persist, as the rumors are stated, I am actually going down there to take care of it. Um, so um, I wish for a blessing before I make this pilgrimage, and that should be a nice pious way to get a quote unquote favor, right?
Yeah. So, a favor costs 1,000 gold pieces. That's all, and that's all it really takes.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay. They will roll using their concordance, which is going to be a D1. I will do private. Fun, 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 fun. Okay. Oh, okay. That is fine. That is fine.
Now
Okay.
you took the money out of the inventory, right?
Took it out of the party bank. I
Thank
would like
you.
to make note. We had 450,000 GP. We now have 288,351 GP. Most of it's been by
Thanks to
Zumosu.
somebody's spending.
I'm gonna give you 50,000 because I found out I had a bunch stored in the haversack I forgot about.
But
That you forgot about. Jesus Christ.
We never use the haversack. I just have a bunch of treasure in here also. I'm gonna now use it to put my healing potion since that's easier to access than the bag of holding.
so the whole haversack in the vault.
I like having a haversack in a bag of holding since nobody else wanted the haversack.
Zumosu, you're fighting over a fanny pack. Let it
Yes.
go, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
I will
just-
add
just put the
50,000
haversack in
GP
the-
back to
in the-
Do not
portable
put the
hole.
haversack in the bag of holding.
it.
Okay. Amon, you receive a token from the Temple of Nerul. It will allow you to summon 2 ghasts and 3 ghouls for a limited time.
Okay, sorry. There's stuff going in the background I can't hear. The 2 gas, 3 ghouls, and what?
For a limited time.
Like a minute or?
I believe it is 4 rounds plus 1 per level of their stronghold. Their stronghold is, I believe, a 3rd level stronghold. No, 2nd level. So it'll persist for 6 rounds. They will. Until they die. If they die, you know.
Okay, 1 minute. Wait, you said 6 rounds?
6 rounds. So, a little more than half a minute.
Okay, and then they last. And it's 2 gas and 3 ghouls together, right? Or is it?
Yep.
Or? Okay.
It's both.
Okay, so it's a mob. All right, I could do an undead army, once during this adventure. Nice.
Yep. And that persists until you seek a favor from them again. Or from anybody again, really.
Is it an action to send them out, or is it?
It's an action.
Okay, as an action. No concentration, right?
Nope. It's all done for you.
All right. Thank you very much.
You are welcome, said the Church of Nerul. And let's go to Jarsali's lab. Any of you can join for this if you'd like, but you'll all be on the map anyway. But chiefly Zumasu, I think Boomcrash said they're going. Amon might if he was just in the area in Elore.
I think I'll stay back and wait for Thrazir.
Mao does their
That sounds
crime.
fine.
Yes.
I am going to work on the scroll.
Very well. Okay, we go back to Jarsali's lab. Zumasu, you enter,
Sup.
and Jarsali is there. They are quite busy now. It looks like although I didn't put anybody in here, they do have a bunch of sort of apprentices that they're now kind of overseeing the work of. And you kind of just walk in and nobody's like noticed you here.
I'm just gonna like tap on the wall and be like, sorry, pardon us.
Boom Crash makes the noise of one of those bell ringers at hotel front desks.
Ding, ding, ding. I'll just plop a bunch of these guys around here. Okay, so Jarsali notices that you've arrived. I'm sorry. Let me just come on up here. Welcome. Have we met before? Look familiar.
Yes, a while ago I left behind a gauntlet of fireball. Then you said you would expand the charges. We just commissioned a few items and we're a little late, but we would like to pick them up.
That's right. You were here. I think maybe a month ago? Yeah, I finished that. That was easy.
Wonderful, thank you.
I had a weird sending stone I'd like.
Root through my things. Sending stone? Yep, easy peasy. Got one of those too. They start running around the lab like a bat out of heck. And eventually they come back to you with your items. Here you go. This little doohickey should be able to be improved. You can now use it 7 times before it needs to be refueled.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
wait, refueled? What do you mean? What does it need to be fueled with?
Oh, it just needs to recharge. Just leave it
Okay.
in sunlight for a while.
Got it. That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yep. And here's your sending stone. Should be
Cool.
hunky dory. Hello. Yep,
Hello.
it works.
So specifically, Chris, this is just a functioning sending stone that I can send to any other sending stone, or
Do you have
You have 2 sending stones that they have given you.
okay.
So instead of just 2 characters connected, we can network more, more concise, like better.
Is it
Words are
possible?
hard.
Yeah, is it possible to have it connected to the same network so we can just all have cell phones, or is it just 2 and 2?
I think we just have walkie-talkies and we're gonna have to best.
Yeah. The rest was, I believe, done through your familiars.
Okay. So we got 2 more sending stone. That's still fine. I'm good with that.
Yeah, you have 1 more pair of sending stones.
Cool.
Alright, is that all you're doing here?
Yeah.
You probably want to ask her some questions.
So you're
You
not
can
gonna
ask her
carry
some
it?
questions. Boom Crash is gonna leave.
So, from what it looks like, she's working on the stuff right now.
It does seem that way. She has a bunch of people here that she's instructing. Her various golems, Liam Emsworth and Chris Emsworth and Idris Selba are all working on things with their apprentices.
I kind of want to expedite what I want to do, but I essentially want to like kind of I want to basically jazz her up and like compliment her, seeing that she's distracted, and see if I can get her to spill any beans on how the golem army works, specifically who controls them and how. Because I'm gonna be like, you mentioned the other ones usually use a remote controller. How is it they know the difference? Yada yada. I'm sure you figured out something neat to make it so they recognize the authority.
Oh, I mean, the things, they do have a bit of intelligence to them. I mean, they'd have to, wouldn't they? To obey simple commands. Idri, can you help that gentleman over there? They need to recalibrate the Erdinch fakers. And they just walk off and seem to be assisting one of the apprentices. See, they have a bit of intelligence. It's just how you go about it. They do follow orders, from whoever created them. Oh,
So
but the new constructs, they do follow military command, I believe.
Yeah, there's no chance of them like
No, you'd have to turn the button on the back that turns them to evil to turn them evil.
they don't have a button like that. You're just joshing me, right?
She's
Yes!
saying it.
Yeah, I'm joshing you.
Is she telling the truth?
Yes, I'm telling the truth. There's no button like that. I am a sane person that would never do that.
DM, just this thing. What?
You can make an
You can
insight check.
insight check.
Sort of. Yep.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, is there a clown doll in one of the shelves? Is there a Krusty the Clown doll?
From your insight, she seems like she's really bad at telling jokes.
Okay. You don't want to joke about that, Miss, knowing that you know Elore has issues in the past with people being compromised. Like, what
What?
would happen? Don't you remember heard the stories of the mind flayer thing? And I'm gonna discuss my bare knowledge of the mind flayer scenario and be like, so what would happen if some evil sorcerer used mind magic on one of the military personnel? Like, is there a way to prevent that, or would the robots be smart enough to tell or not do something atrocious?
The robots would follow orders, but we have, things in place. Those senators, they have plenty of magical protections in place. They're always surrounded by guards and stuff.
What about when they're out on the battlefield? That's a little more rough and tumble. Things happen.
Well, things are chaotic on the battlefield, but that's what the chain of command is before. And honestly, if you screw up the chain of command anyway, that's a problem in general, but it's not something that these robots can fix.
I guess that's true. Well, as long as they're on our side.
And they are. I can assure you of that. And we're all working towards that, aren't we, my virtuous volunteers?
How do the volunteers look about all this? Like, they're not jazzed about this, are they?
There's only a few of them that are, like, super into it. The rest are just kind of, like, problem solving, and a few others seem like they're frustrated, like they don't want to be here.
I'm gonna just kind of lean in a little bit. You are giving them breaks and feeding them and everything, right?
This is not a video game company.
Oh,
They're making golems. I think this kind of is.
that's right. Everybody take lunch. Lunch, 30 minutes. Can somebody get me a latte?
Charlie. I'm gonna create food and water for the folks to help them out a little bit. Charlie, I know it's good to be into your work, but you gotta remember to treat the people around you. Not everybody can go as hard as you. You gotta give them breaks and stuff.
Okay, that's a good idea. Idri, can you set an alarm for 12 o'clock each day? And then another one for, like, 12:30 each day? The shield golem nods.
It's at least something, I guess. I'll feed the people and then I'll head out.
Okay, people get a bit of food before you head out. As you're heading out, you just hear Jarsali behind you. my latte, though. And then you close the door behind you. All right. Let's go back to the splash screen. Okay. Now, you are waiting behind for Thrazir, who does eventually show themselves. You're in the midst of one of your petty, strange crimes. I
Just gotta
suppose.
steal.
Mao has one job and one purpose that she has lived with, and not doing it causes problems.
Alright, Thrazir shows up. Welcome, my friends. I have returned, just as you have requested. It took me a bit longer, but I have returned. Where are your friends?
Not here. They're not here. So.
But perhaps I will come back another time then.
No, don't leave. They'll
Oh?
be pissed that if I sent you away. Just go to the tavern and go drink some, I don't know, mead? Peach wine. Do peach wine here.
I am delighted. I love your peach wine. I have had it before. It is actually quite popular in certain strings around Famladen.
Yeah. How's Famladen been?
It's been very profitable. There are some folks that are vested. They have a bit of an interest in the wars that are going on in this place. And since you are so close to Elore, I thought it was good that I come to visit Galestone on my little cycles. Anyway, take me to this tavern.
Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. I'll just walk you this way. So what did you bring? Anything good?
Oh, I have plenty of gems for you. I made sure that I stocked up on my healing gems since they are so popular with all of you. Although things have gone up in price, of course. Gems are so hard to come by, especially during wartime. But you understand this.
Sure. Let's go drink. Maybe you'll be more welcoming.
I had hoped that I would be welcoming just as I am, but I will drink.
And I'll just keep him like occupied or just like watch him until everybody comes back, basically.
Okay.
So I know they'll fly back or whatever.
Everybody comes back and you guys find Thrazir at Galestone Tavern. Well, rather, it's the Filthy Fox, which will not be renamed.
No, that Filthy Fox is perfect. It stays that way. We now have a Filthy Fox in the coop. Thrazir. But I know we need to buy, what was it? Just like healing gems in
Just
general.
literally all the healing gems he's got at your disposal. Chuck the party bank at it.
Yeah, that's literally what I'm gonna do.
But do it subtly so you can get a decent deal.
That's kind of what I'm trying to do.
I mean, we could say we're doing that. Does he have anything besides healing gems?
Well, I mean, mostly he has the healing gems. He had to focus on that since you depleted him of his entire stock last time, and he
What we're
does
about to do
specialize in
again.
gems. Certainly are, you little stains.
Bonus actions are powerful things.
Little stains on my world. Look, I leave stains. I am not a stain.
All right.
I'm destroying the
gross,
economy of
Aaron.
Elore
What the
with my
hell?
shopping right now.
All right. Thrazir is willing to offer his normal healing gems for 100 gold pieces. My greater healing potions, they will cost you at least 200. Superior, which I have in stock now, those are going to cost you about 2,000.
Alright, how many of these superior do you have?
Let's see. Well, I have about 10.
So that's 20,000?
Indeed.
Cool. I'm gonna take out a book. I'm gonna write that down. Alright, what else do you got?
What else? Well, I have most of these healing potions.
Yeah, but like how
gemstones.
much? I need to know how much. I'm writing things down.
Oh, here. Healing,
Yeah.
100. And greater, 200. Superior, 2,000. He also has one gemstone of heal.
What's that? Just like
It's the spell heal.
Is that the one where you like cast it and you just need to look at someone or something?
It heals exactly 70 hit points, and it cures all diseases and poisons.
Ooh. I mean, yeah. That one's
This
coming.
one will cost a pretty penny, however.
Numbers, come on.
Very well. It will cost you at least 7,000 gold pieces.
Okay, cool. Just tallying up all these numbers, and I'm gonna go and be like, all right, stay here, enjoy drinks with Zoo, chat up. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the party bank at the vault.
Well, I am so glad to be seeing you all here again. Tell me, what is going on with this Galestone? It is so bustling since I have been here.
Zombies, devils, nightwalkers, but we make good peach wine.
You wouldn't tell just by looking at the place. You clean up so well.
We're still cleaning up for the last attack. Things keep happening here.
It is understandable. These are difficult times that we are all fighting for. And, dear, my wallet is struggling. But I thank you for your help in this matter.
So seeing as how we're going to be selling a bunch of, or buying a bunch of things, would you be willing to buy a bunch of treasure?
Well, that depends on what the treasure is. Show me, show me.
I show him a gold comb worth 1,000 gold pieces, an adamantium longsword worth 12,050 gold pieces, and a music box, which worth 250 gold pieces.
Okay, make a persuasion
And
check.
an electrum crown worth 750. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Just
I
make
show him
one
all
for the lot.
Yeah. Just basically show them all the treasure I've collected. Be like, how much will this fetch you? Did it go through?
It did not. Not for me.
Let me try again.
I also don't see it.
Yeah. And it's not going through. Maybe I should refresh my page. Or do you want to try rolling for me, see what happens?
I can do that.
Or I think I just saw it go through. I'm reloading the page
Yeah,
anyway.
no, I don't. I don't see it.
Okay. Let me
Ooh,
just...
Maybe we should
reload
take
the page.
yours.
Mm.
How did you get a 7? Yeah, you rolled double 2s.
That's great.
Well, these are pretty good, but they could be better. I'll offer you, and he offers you half price for them.
Let me... Okay, my page reloaded. Let's see if the button works now. That's a lot better.
It is a lot better. Why did mine roll 5 instead of 11?
I don't know. It must not have been including my proficiency or something. I think that would be the difference.
That is weird. It's probably because you're not a monster. Mine likes it to be monsters. Alright. So yeah, we'll take yours instead because it's correct.
Okay.
Eventually you're able to convince him to give you the full value for it. And in fact,
Sweet.
you're able to get 150% of the gold for it.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool.
So
Yeah,
just
I'm
take
cool with
that
this.
total, multiply it by 1.5, and you'll get that much gold
And I'll
pieces.
add it to my haversack. Also, while I have you for a second, Chris, what's the difference between Cecil's telepathic bond and a regular telepathic bond?
One has an ad.
Cecil's is cheaper.
Well, I guess you'll have to find out.
I
Mm.
don't know if I want to. I might pay the premium because I don't want to deal with that.
All right. Mao comes back from the vault after a few minutes of gathering, collecting things.
You
and
see, Thrasier has a bunch of shiny trinkets he's putting
Yeah.
in his pouch.
It's kind of like had everything in a kind of like a small leather coin purse, and it just dropped like 11,000 worth of GP on the table.
Well, it has certainly been a pleasure doing business with you all. I thank you once again for your business. And, is there anything else that you need from Papa Thrasi over here?
Ugh. For you to not
Movies?
talk like that.
I was trying to spice things up.
We have plenty of spice, thank you. Zoo has a pocket.
I
full of
have heard.
spices.
How are
And a
things?
haversack.
How are things in Elore compared to this place?
Oh well, were you there for the announcement yesterday? Or
I had
Earlier
heard
today?
something.
yeah, well that something is a lot of bad with automaton machines
It depends on who you are asking. If
Depends on
they're
who's
in
in
a...
control of the automaton.
Well, my only concern is if they have enough bronze to fill all of those forges. And I'm sure I can accommodate them.
I mean, how many do they have, Zoo? At least like 5? 4?
What was the question?
The automatons that were completed?
I mean, they
Um,
showed off 16 of them in the
Oh,
court.
okay.
I mean, they showed off a handful, like 16, but they're gonna need more than that to make an army. But from when we just visited what's your face's shop, they're working on it. Those poor assistants,
I don't think assistance is the right word.
the conscripts.
Yeah, sure.
I had to remind them to get to. I really had to remind her to remember to feed them.
That's not good. No.
That's not good.
So that's the biggest news, and unless have you heard of any weird things in the wind of movements? We're willing to pay for information, Thrazir.
Well,
Especially if you know anything about devils.
I don't normally trade in secrets. What do you take me for? But
Trading,
I
buying.
suppose I could make an exception for a pretty penny. Let's see. What have I heard about the news in the grapevine?
Especially any movements maybe in some of the more devilish planes. He's in Famladan, so he sees a lot of movement of people kind of crossing in between that hub.
Haven't seen a ton of movement, but then again, it's been oddly quiet. It sounds like the demons and the devils have been trading less in Famladan. I don't know what that means. Sorry, I could not be of much other help.
Yeah, I don't know if that one's actually like useful for me to pay for, but I appreciate you giving it to us.
That is fine. It is pro bono.
If we give you some info, would you be able to kind of maybe use it to look around for some related info?
Depends what that information is.
For one, a cult of Orcus was discovered back in Canuck that we had to take care of, but they had a huge ass effigy and shit, so maybe that affects the demons.
Okay.
And down in the south, I forget what the name of the mountain is, I described that. There's a freaking army of devils forming, so maybe that's why they're buying some shit and now they're just trying to organize themselves.
Well, I can look into these things for you, but I can't make any promises. After all, I'm not too keen on visiting places of mass violence.
That's fair.
I do an insight check to see if maybe he's holding back information.
Sure.
To be fair, he always is.
Exactly. Doesn't mean it's like actual information we need, but who knows?
I mean, he is probably holding back something, but it's hard to tell if it's really relevant or related to you. It just seems like he's always playing a little coy in that regard.
I'm buying all the things.
Do you what?
Oh, I put in the chat all the things I'm buying.
Oh,
That's so much money.
yeah, that's fine. You can buy all of those things.
Mouse is gonna lean in on the table and just kind of look at Thrazir, be like, "What's got you scared, Thrazir?"
Wait a minute. You're buying the haste scrolls for 150? Where was that?
Yeah, it says for stars. It was 1500. Let me double check.
Probably Cecil's.
Half of stars was for cheap for some reason. I'll double check what it said. Maybe it was 1500. I'll double check.
It might have been a typo on my end.
I'm guessing it was a typo because it's third level.
Yeah.
But then fourth level is 800. Is it supposed to be 8,000? Or what?
No, but I think 150 is a little low for that. They might be doing it for 400.
That's fine. Okay. Let me figure out the difference there. Be an extra 250 each times 4. It'll be an extra 1,000. That's fine. Pay that.
Yep, that is fine. And you're getting normal telepathic bond scrolls?
Yeah, I'm not getting the Cecil ones. I don't want him barging in or whatever he'll do to those.
Alright.
We open a chat and he's just like, "Welcome to the chat room."
You have entered Cecil's chat.
Damn it.
Members only.
I want my own Discord.
Brazier is able to let you guys in on some information. He says that he does have something that might interest you guys, but it isn't seemingly related to either the demons or the devils. He's willing to offer it to you for... He thinks it's probably worth about 1,000 gold pieces to you.
Yeah, sure. I take out the haversack and I give him
Okay.
1,000.
Mal's like just about to stand up to go walk to the vault again and sees. Okay, sits back down.
As I said, I literally found out I had a shit ton of money in this haversack. There's 1,000 gold pieces, Cecil. I'm trying to empty this thing. Here you go.
Yes, that is good. I think that you might be interested, because it concerns this jaguar that had attacked you a few times. As I said, I had a run-in with them some time ago, so when they were returning, I decided to keep tabs on them. It seems like they are a known force in the underworld, in the Underdark, as it were. The Drow have seemingly rallied behind this enigmatic figure. And just as well, the Duragar have seemingly put aside their differences with the Drow. So it's somewhat troubling.
I lean in a little bit. Do you know what happened to the name, fuck, what's his name? Dane.
The Slime Lord. The Undermage.
Dane? I believe that might cost you another 50 gold pieces.
Pay it.
I pay him 50
We've been hanging on to this mystery for like ages. We need to know.
I pay him the 50 gold.
Yes, that was the Jaguar's doing.
Well, that's both good and bad news.
I mean, how is that good news? That just means that that whole pillar's underneath somebody else's control. That's all.
It
I think he
is
was-
abandoned.
Oh.
The
Oh, that's good
Elore,
news.
the Elorans have moved in since Dane was killed and expanded the headway. But there were signs that were covered up that I was able to procure, and it does seem that they were destroyed completely. All of their oozes as well. Few fungi might be left behind, but the Jaguar seems to have done away with them.
So anything else that we should be worried about with this jaguar?
Well, you seem to have drawn their ire as
No,
far
just that one. I point at Samosu.
as far as them attacking Galestone. But I would be wary. If you start to see Drow or Duragar coming for Galestone, then you probably have made a bigger enemy of them than you think.
Well, I think it's more like we have a bigger enemy of the jaguar.
He's technically killed me before.
Hold on.
Twice.
We could do this back and forth. You could pay us for information if you want to know maybe the jaguar's influences in the war.
Well, that might be interesting.
1,000 gold pieces.
So now it is trading in information. I will give you 500.
That's fine.
He gives you
It's
500.
Samosu's money anyway. It's mine now.
It's just the principle of the thing from now.
Yeah.
So, what have you learned about the Jaguar's influence on this war?
The jaguar was the one who set up the assassination for the ambassador of Connacht.
And guess who was the sucker for it?
Amon's not there. I slap him.
He is here.
No, shut up.
I did say I waited until you all returned. And Amon said he never left the Galestone.
He was just in the corner being like, I was here all along.
Alright, so if he does say that in the corner, I'm just ignoring him 100%. Like, just deadpan looking at Brazier, just ignoring him.
I'm gonna do a hue.
That is valuable information. I think that it was worth it. He gives you another 50 gold pieces.
Oh, well, thank you. I guess since you've known this individual maybe longer than we have, or at least kept tabs on them, Would you know why they would have wanted to start or influence the war to start?
If they are the ones behind this war, then there is something more insidious afoot, I believe. If they are uniting the forces of the Underdark and started a war on the surface, I think that there is much more to them than we are believing. But that is to be seen. But
God, I hate that motherfucker.
I
Stupid
mean,
cat. Not cat.
no, Cat is the girlfriend that you killed that you have a curse on. Yeah, that one.
I still hate that cat too.
Snake lady.
keep our ears peeled for this jaguar friend of ours. Our mutual friend.
Yeah, mutual friend. Maybe keep a safe distance from our mutual friend too.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Sounds good.
Seems like a lot to go through for vengeance. That was what I thought they were doing. But it seems like more than that. Anyway, toodaloo.
Thank you, Thurzier, for your welcomed hospitality.
Anytime, my friends. Anytime you're willing to pay. Alright, Thurzier, leave Roonies.
Stop by every so often so we can buy more jabs. Boom Crash would kill us if we didn't.
I look at my small amount of healing potions I got. I'm just like, I also got some healing potions, guys.
Well, now we have at least 10 greater healing potions. 1 gem. Sorry, they're gems. 1 gem of heal and 1 superior healing potion.
I got 3.
Oh, I thought you got
healing
10 of the superior.
Yeah, I thought we got as many as we could.
I mean, I can definitely drop down. I say gave him more gold because I thought he only had like 1 available for some reason. There were 2,000 each, right?
Yeah.
Oh, because you wrote down 2,000, and I was like, maybe there's only 1 in there because there's no like numbers. 2,000.
No, he had 10
Does he-
superiors.
Okay, so
I
then
didn't know
just-
if you bought them all.
Yeah, I would definitely buy them all. So I'd say I just use the other 8,000. No, 18,000. Yes, 18,000. I will deduct that from the group.
I guess after the exchange, yeah, it would be
Yeah.
that. Okay.
So 10 of those, 10 of the greater healing gems, and 1 heal gem.
Yes. Gem of heal.
Gem of heal.
Gem of heal. Okay. Now
Cool.
that is over. At the end this week. Let's make an espionage check. As we move into the final week.
Anyone want to take it? You want me to do it?
Anybody?
Has Jay rolled yet?
Jay has tuckered themselves out,
That is fine.
so
Okay.
I can roll for them.
That's fine.
I did not do well.
This is why you don't roll for others?
Where's the? It's always the ones that matter. Always.
Okay.
Ha! 8, right?
Yep,
Or-
that's an 8. So, at the end of this week, your rumors come into play, and as this rumor starts to create fear in Elore, people start to worry about the Cult of Cania that's suddenly become another player in this whole warfare game, and they have an army? An army? What? Guys also have been trying to keep tabs on the Court of Dragonflies, but not so much, and it eventually blindsides you a bit at the end of this week as, well, an announcement is made by the Leaf Crown that, well, an announcement has been made by the Leaf Crown that Zumasu has been discovered to be alive, that the rumors are true. He has returned from the dead somehow, or faked his own death, and is currently residing in Galestone.
How would they ever know when I'm the one running the damn place?
And when you went into town and announced to a bunch of people that Zumasu has returned, when you came back to Elore,
I had to do that to get ownership of the keep.
You
I
sure
was forced
did.
to do that.
Well, Elore has severed ties with Galestone, and
It's kind of bad.
you are no longer given any Leaf Crown protection. You're basically not a part of Elore anymore, and are considered technically to be
Sovereign
traitors.
city! Sovereign city! Sovereign city!
They aren't sending anybody to deal with you, but
No.
you are considered hostile to Elore.
Oh.
This is great. This
So
is
something
great.
bad happened to Galestone, yes. It happened from Elore.
Huh.
Divination
I
succeeded.
warned you.
I don't know how to deal with this, guys. What do you think? The announcer comes in and is just like, "Hey, boss, this is what happened." I'm just like,
Hey,
"Shit."
Zimosa, how does it feel to be the Confederacy?
I don't know. Technically, we aren't enslaving nobody, so I wouldn't know. It's the Elore who's enslaving robots.
Technically have sentience.
Yep.
Some.
Wait, are they? I thought they were.
They have some sentience.
They have some intelligence. I
Oh,
wouldn't
Yeah,
say
they
sentience.
don't have souls or
There's a
anything like that.
difference.
They don't think for themselves, but they have intelligence.
They can think through a process, but they
If
can't
you
think
tell
of
them to
why.
beep, they will boop. You know.
Beep, boop.
You tell a
It's very
computer
intelligent.
to find images of whatever you want to search for, it'll look for them.
Great. Love it. As long as they don't put it together and make their own image from it.
Well, that's certainly news.
Let's not Age of Ultron this. We got enough problems.
You have a choice. So that's the villainous intel. You were kind of blindsided by it, unfortunately. Though it was a straight-up announcement, so you did still learn about it.
Yeah, at least they were like polite enough to make sure that we knew.
So are we going into the dungeon next week or?
Please.
Next week is the final, basically the final week before Intrigue happens, and it's almost happening right now as we speak, because attacking Galestone in this way has sort of been the Court of Dragonflies moving against you.
Sounds
It's up to
alright.
you to respond.
Well, obviously we've been trying to kind of like sow some rumors, so we're kind of doing the same thing to some degree and try to move like their people in a
But
different
not so
direction.
much to dragonflies. We've been focusing on the cult.
Right.
To a
right.
degree. So actually, we might want to, as opposed to downtime, we might start next week with Intrigue.
That's fine.
I think it's about time.
Yeah,
we-
Aetorus has finally
yeah.
moved against you a bit earlier than
Yeah.
expected.
Or at least, maybe not even a Taurus. Maybe it's just the Court of Dragonflies, and they're like, alright, a Taurus, you've been waiting on these adventures of yours for far too long.
That actually
Yeah,
kind of would make sense.
Yeah, kind of like that quid pro quo sort of thing. Like, he
Nah.
learned enough from the cult and
The
moved on.
GM said it, so it must be true.
GM lies. He's lied to us before.
Me? A liar? Me lie to you before? That doesn't sound like me.
I bought a belt giant strength because I can buy the shiny thing in Ninel's window. I could. Well, actually, intrigue means we're going to do the warfare thing, possibly.
So
Intrigue will be like our power
Yeah.
points against their power points.
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be your domain against their domain, and once that succeeds or fails, that will determine where and when warfare happens. When you
And who has
guys,
advantages.
yeah, when you guys like make it through whatever dungeon needs to happen, presumably the Stink House, since that's where you're trying to intercept the crime Bible. So that's where that's going to happen, and when you get to the climax of that, then warfare will happen, and that'll be interesting, because your warfare is going to happen with the Court of the Dragonflies.
We know nothing about.
Yeah. So, I think that's it for tonight's session. So thank everybody for coming out to watch. You can watch the Sunday stream of Dorkvision for from 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time. Again, every Sunday. Our sister stream is on Wednesdays. We're playing the Rime of the Frost Maiden from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have books on Drive-Thru RPG, other books on the DM's Guild, and you can support me on Patreon/NobleCrumpet and hang out with me here on Twitch on Tuesdays for just general hangout stuff. With all that out of the way, let's stick around for the raid, and see you next time for some intriguing events.
I would
as
like to
they
stab
occur.
people.
And hopefully Mao will be able to stab somebody. Yes, indeedy. Let's find. Okay.
So you can have us muted while you're having the search, as long as it's still on before you
could.
hit that raid button.
All right. I'll mute myself, and thanks everybody. See you next time.